We are back.
Hello.
Hello.
So we're back with not Circus on the Back Chain. We're back with Knights of Payne University, Season 5 or Investigation 5, Episode 3. I believe the Cultist Retreat might be the name of this one. I think that might go on.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
We have no idea where we go
I have
until
yet
we end
to
up
figure
going
out how
there.
you're going to get to that thing, whatever that is you're talking about.
Yeah, we have no idea. This is a very heavy improv style game where it goes sideways, and the MC might try to railroad us where they can, but it's in love. It's always out of love.
Yeah. When I don't railroad you, things get really out of whack. So I've been, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been doing a less railroading as we go along.
I
And
have. It's been great.
As a result, we've gone far afield of the adventure, but it's still close enough to where I can kind of see where you're going ish, but I really don't have any idea. Like, this is one of those games where I just have to sit back and react to you, and that's fine. It's good. I'm getting better at it.
That's awesome. So a couple of paperwork things. We have Syrinscape in the background audio. I'm just turning that back up now. They're not a sponsor, but Syrinscape does amazing stuff. Check them out at syrinscape.com. They have full campaigns, audio effects written up, or they've got a lot of generic-y stuff as well. We also have Hidekiri Chibi did all the artwork for the show, the overlay, the backdrops and everything, and the character art, which looks amazing. We've got the new character art finally in for Christina Choo. Also, the character art coming for Alex, who's not here this week. Raven's not here this week because voice is a very good thing to protect, especially when you're on screen like this. The last thing is you can donate. Every donation that you do, every $1 or 100 bits donation you do to the channel helps out our players, gives us a +1. It doesn't sound like much if you're used to games like D&D, but when you're only rolling 2d6, a +1 on a roll is a big thing. So every donation with a nominated player gets that gets that 1 to a roll, which they can use later on. And if you subscribe to the channel, it's +1 to everyone. If you give subscribe, it's +2 to everybody. That's pretty much how we do this around here. And I think that's all our paperwork. We do have... No, that's about all the paperwork. Yeah, I think that's about it. Awesome. So we'll do introductions, and then we'll do the first move of the game, which is called the voiceover monologue. So introductions. We'll start with Christine. So start with Gabriela, because we'll be coming back to you shortly.
Yep. Hi, my name is Gabriela, and I will be playing Christine Choo tonight. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. That's it. I'm not gonna let her take over this time. Not until her voiceover monologue.
Wow. Until the voiceover. Okay, gotcha.
Oh,
yeah,
you're saving it. You're using that internal energy.
Idea.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Paul, welcome back. It's been a little bit.
Hello, everyone. Pleasure. My name is Paul. I have the absolute honor of playing Penny Roberts. She is a student reporter at the university. She's kind of like a investigative reporter, and a lot of her powers revolve around using a camera and the kind of camera world. And she's probably as confused as I am, as I love to be. And we'll see what happens in the monologue.
Okie dokie. Hi, my name's Karsh Goblin. I play Chuck, the dumb jock of the group. He's recently gone through a complete transition. He's no longer a troll, just full of rage. There's something else which is a part of him. And for some reason, he's got a cape and a mask, which only some people can see. Oblivivian?
Congratulations to Chuck for transitioning. Hi, my name is Oblivivian or Vivian. I play Maeve Thorn. She is a poetry major at the university. Well, literature major actually, but she does poetry mostly. and she is a good person at heart and would never do anything evil. And if any one of these people tells you that, they're gaslighting you. And there is nothing wrong with my character at all.
Where's the wand?
And I'm sorry, we would never gaslight Maeve. We would glasslight Maeve.
I'm saying that they're gaslighting the audience. You guys are gaslighting the audience into thinking that I'm a bad person. I'm a great person. I didn't do anything wrong yet.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. We will just glasslight Maeve. And Mistress of Ceremonies.
Hello, it's me. I'm Polly. I am the MC of this game. The game we are playing today is City of Mist. It is based on the Powered by the Apocalypse system. It is a narrative first game. So what is paramount here is describing what we see, and then we play the game based on that. The first move, it's a game that's based on moves as well. The first move of every session is called voiceover monologue. It is every session we choose one player to describe in their mind, in the neo-noir form, the dark, the dreary, yet the brimming with anticipation moment when one of our detectives, one of our people of the crew, describe what's going on in their mind, and also somehow work in what happened last session to bring us up to speed. Today's voiceover monologue will be done by Christine Choo.
Hey, fashion gals, guys, and gorge. My name is Christine Choo, and welcome back to my channel. This week on Christine Closet, we will... Okay, I literally cannot even right now. It has been a lot. Apparently there was this crazy professor who wanted to combine people with mythology or something. He has the alchemy team even though he was a psychology professor. No, that's not it. He's a gynecologist professor. No. Oh, a philosophist. L. Sounds like he put his entire fist into some pillow. And I don't even know anyone named Pillow. Anyway, he got a bunch of students into his, let's be real, cult. And not a fashionable one either. A cult that posts meeting to study in a fraternity. I can't. I literally cannot. How dare him messing with the two things that I love most. Fraternity party and gaslighting. Also, alchemy isn't even a thing. It's called chemistry, Professor Dum Dum. I should know since my bestie Lily is so crazy good with that stuff. Anyway, his name was great, you guys. The color that was so out of season, except if you live in a nursing home or something. I confronted him about it. Not his name being a taupe, so not in color, about the cooking. And how I should obviously be a part of it. Of course, I was not going to be a part of it because that's real. I just hate not being included. But he was convincing me that it was not sexist of him not to include a young, rich, hot, and popular woman of color like me. Anyway, he kind of sort of make a little bit of sense. So I hung out with this guy named Peter Hill. He was an ex-football player, so he extra. Get it? Extra because he's not injured. You get it. Peter told me about Dr. Boring Collar's retreat tomorrow, and his friend were invited. Sloan and Jaja, who were in the inner circle. May was also in the inner circle. I am not in the inner circle. What is even happening anymore? But that is not even the craziest part. Alex and Chuck got a book that taught them how to melt the soul into jewelries. So you guys and gorge, that is totally going to be the new trend. Can you imagine? Anyway, this will definitely not be posted online anyway, so I don't even know why I bother. Oh, and one more thing, Christine, who's going to edit this. I am always here with you. I will always be here with you. Together, we'll fill this world with colors unlike any they have seen before. We will paint over the truth until only dreams exist. Believe that. Love you.
Thank you very much. People always bring it for the voiceover monologue. Okay, so one of these days I'm going to start awarding people bonuses for doing the voiceover monologue. But since you have already received, at least one chat point from a very generous subscription we got today, we'll just move right along. Now, where will the crew begin today's session? Where are you going to meet up at?
We are still at my apartment.
The headquarters.
We are still at my apartment. We are still in my apartment, talking
Headquarters.
about what we're gonna do next. My apartment.
Headquarters.
It's
Maybe.
still
Very
so
well.
weird that she's living.
Then
in
I will leave it up
headquarters.
to the crew to work out where you're going to go together.
I know we
The
need bunk beds in the
camera-
headquarters.
We fade into the scene, a top-down view of the apartment that we're in. It is the second. Just to remind our audience, it is the second from the top floor in one of the swankiest downtown buildings, because Mavis comes from a fancy family. However, the top floor, the penthouse, was not available when her parents first bought her this particular condominium. However, it has become available recently through a tragic car accident, and perhaps probably there will nothing will ever come of that particular situation. I don't even know why I bring it up. Let us now leave it to the crew.
And a spider issue.
The spider. That's right. There was a spider up there. There was a bit of a pest control problem. A giant spider was in the apartment / condo upstairs, but that has been eradicated.
As
By the
had the
quality.
really nice telescope, I believe, which fell out of a window.
I did not spend
So-
any time wondering what I could do.
Technically, it
apartment
didn't fall out the
over the
window. The window didn't exist anymore. It just fell off the building.
So I'm gonna have Penny, maybe because Penny was a little busy. I don't know what she was doing, but she was busy. So she is now. We'll have her come back. We can catch her up to speed on everything. So
I feel
Hey,
like it might
I
have been
just
a
came
date.
back doing a bit of work
somebody
on the
else.
student press. That just had. I was completely swamped with all the recent events that have happened.
I want Maeve to go in for an awkward hug. They go to okay, yeah,
Come here,
yep.
come on.
Okay, yep, okay, cool.
Yay.
Yeah, hug.
Group hug.
Awkward hug. Oh God, no! I back
Oh,
out
yeah, come on.
immediately.
You
Okay, Chuck, come on.
catch a whiff of a scent of somebody you don't recognize, but it turns out it is coming not from Penny, but from the corner of your eye. Where
No! Why?
And then you hear a little horn from a clown noise sounding horn, but it fades from your view and hearing. It is only a vision.
Is it the same clown? Is it the same clown?
Looks the same
I'm
one, yeah.
Are you being haunted by a clown?
I don't know. I'm not saying it out loud though. No one knows this. It is in my
Okay.
head. Everyone already thinks I'm going crazy from last session. So
She cheated on you.
shut up, Chuckles.
You'll float too.
No, sorry.
So
You try to do the voice.
yeah, I love that voice. That was a great voice. Penny, yeah, hi. Welcome to my apartment. Do you want any water
Headquarters.
or anything? Do you need a drink or something, or do you?
I know where it is. Don't worry, I can get myself.
Okay, cool.
Wait, how do you know where everything is in the headquarters?
Oh, I've been
She
here a
stayed
few
the night
times.
before.
Yeah. So did you, Chuck? Do you not remember?
No, I've only just started living the headquarters.
It's been 3 nights, 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, so basically we went to some kind of cult meeting thing for the professor. Christine's not in his cult, but I am. So that's fun.
By choice?
I mean, it's the best way to investigate. Anyways, we were investigating
Okay.
and we were trying to find out more about this book. And then we got a cryptic message about it had a countdown for 24 hours. And that's around the time that they're doing this ritual thing. So we're not we're kind of crunched on time here. So basically, we have like about 24 hours to stop this man from, I assumed, ascending to godhood, but it could be anything. Like everyone disagrees with me, but he was talking to me about how our legends, he's bringing out legends in other people. So the legends that we've talked about before, that like run us and the powers that we have, he talked about bringing them out in other people. And everyone's wearing these necklaces, and in this book here it says that like they transform the soul by doing something with this jewelry, or like taking out the soul and putting it into jewelry. So it's kind of like there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, that is a lot to take in. We are, so that's the thing, the things that give us powers are legends, like me and you as well.
Yes, like stories, legends. Like Chuck was a troll.
Superpowers, says Chuck.
And Christine was one that we won't mention out loud. And yours is the scary mirror dude.
Why? What?
The
What kind of scary mirror dude?
I don't know. And then mine is like the crazy witch that wants to eat everything that has power. So, anyways, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, like I said, I said...
Crunch for time, okay.
A couple of minutes ago, we were talking about how I feel like our myths are like a mixture of us, and I feel like if we don't have the myth, then like, or like this mystical side, it feels like we might just be not our full selves. I feel like our full selves are when we're balancing both sides, because we've seen where you go too far and you lose everything, and then you go... I assume there's some point where like if we could go back to where we were, we would be dumb and wouldn't know. I mean, we kind of saw it with Chuck, where like he, for like a little bit, he completely forgot everything about us and everything that we've done. So I feel like, you know, I was talking about how I think that's, and then everyone said I was crazy. So everyone's been thinking that I'm a little crazy, and I don't know why. I just
keep staring up into the distance.
What you're describing and all of that does sound a bit cray, but I'm sure there is some reasoning behind it, and it does sound to me like that has a lot to do with what you guys experienced at the factory as well, which sounds similar-ish, where they were sucking the souls out of people and turning them into something.
Also, like, I didn't say that you were crazy. I just think that you needed help to talk to like a therapist or something.
I have a therapist. Her name is Geraldine Granger. You know, like the one from that one British show. Anyways, so we're kind of debating on what to do right now, and I think we decided that we should go to this. I should at least go to this indoctrination for the cult.
Probably not a good idea.
Definitely not alone.
That sounds like you're joining the cult.
But I'm the only one that's been accepted into the inner circle of the cult, you know? So, like, how can I go with anyone else?
Okay, first off, fast work. Very impressive. Second off, nowhere in hell have we sending you in alone into a place where they turn us into pieces of jewelry. I wouldn't want to wear you as like an anklet or something.
You don't think I'd be fashionable?
No.
I think I'd be a pair of earrings. I don't know.
If there's a big thing of Kool-Aid, throw it over the coach. That always works. Don't drink it, just throw it over the coach.
That makes it sound like your coach tried to do a suicide pact with you guys.
Yeah,
okay. Like, literally, none of these are good ideas.
But like, so what do you suggest? What do you think we should do?
it is now the morning, right? You wait. Okay, tell me. Remind me. I mean, rather, I know, but remind the audience what time of day it is, and
remind the audience.
Yeah.
I don't even know what time of day it is. I think it was right after the meeting. I think we slept and then we came back.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll say dawn has broken, so you have all have as much time as you might need before whatever. I don't know why you think anything's going to happen after this 24-hour mark runs. It's like you're presuming that means anything.
So why don't you kind of tell us how to get there, and then we can like maybe plan a go trip. Sorry, Chuck. To go there.
So why are you sorry?
Oh, because I said girl trip. Unless if you have something you want to tell us.
What am I telling you?
Your phone, Chuck, buzzes. You sent a while back ago a message to the private investigator who has left you alone for the last couple of sessions, Holiday. He responds to your text message and says, "Meet me tonight in Chinatown, ? I have something to tell you." Or we'll say something's going on, period.
I just got a message from Holiday. He's got his period and wants to meet me.
Stop.
Oh,
Good for him.
I think he's going to try to kill me.
Oh, well, that's not so good.
did you see what he wanted?
Well, no, that's why I think he's probably going to try to kill. Or if it's not kill me, I think maybe hurt me or something. He's not a nice person. Well, he is, but
He's not, is he?
He was done
He attacked
wrong.
you in a hospital bed.
Look, Goldie cheated on him, and he thought that I was the one that initiated that, and then.
Well, you didn't deserve to be assaulted in a hospital bed. I'm sorry. I'm very, very on your side for that. It was very rude of him.
We did put him into the hospital in the first place, remember?
Yeah, but that was part of the process. So, what did you say to me?
Yeah, tonight. So if you guys are going to your cult thing, I might have to go to this thing tonight.
No, we should go to the cult team together and then go to your teams together.
I think they sound like they're at the same time.
Yeah, so if we only have the 24-hour period, there's definitely going to be trouble working that fix. And unless do you know where? So you're part of the inner circle again. Fast work, great job. Do you know where their building is? Maybe we could tail them, similar to what we did for the factory.
Polly, I don't have this in my notes, but do I know where they're doing this?
No,
meeting?
you don't really know anything. This is why I'm not sure exactly what you're planning or how you're going to find this place or why you may think you're somewhere near the inner core of this philosophy club. You call it a cult, but I don't know why you would do that. This is a club, philosophy club, run by a renowned professor of philosophy who has some interesting sort of theories and interests in things other than philosophy, but
specifically cult behavior.
Well,
so
I don't know exactly where the meeting is. I am in the inner circle, but I have no idea where this meeting is. So I think maybe we could try to, because I think that whatever he's
nice
trying
try.
to
I don't have this in my notes.
I actually don't. That's why I checked, and I was like, "Oh, I don't."
No, I know because I never told you. I thought you. I was like, "Good trick, player."
Hold up.
I mean, that was literally just me forgetting that I did.
Hold up. Hold the phone.
Okay.
I grabbed Gabriela's phone.
Okay. So, thanks, Jack. So, you said you're in the inner circle, and also you don't know where they're going. Specifically for the inner circle. This reminds me of one of those girls who's like, yeah, I'm totally in the same sorority. And I'm like, literally, we never met. But nice try. Okay, now give the phone back to me.
I grab your hand as you put your hand out and just push it, so you like fingerprint it. Thank you, and start going through.
Give Christy her phone back.
That is rude. You don't go through
Yeah,
a
Chuck, you
lady's
can't go look through
texts.
people's phones.
It was
fun to
a
play a
lot.
game.
Like, that's not a game. Are you all my
But like it's a fashion thing. There's all these people that are dressed up, and like you go, yes, I like that fashion, or no, you don't like that fashion, and you just go side to side, side to side. It's awesome.
That's literally my dating app. Oh my goodness. If you pair me up with somebody ugly, I will kill you.
I was just looking at the outfits.
So maybe we could. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to. Maybe they'll send me like a letter or something. You know. Maybe they're really secretive. It's a cult. I don't know. Cults are weird. I've never been at a cult before. Sorry. Contrary to belief of the things that I've done. But
So did you go through like some kind of ritual to join this cult? Did you drink the cult wine?
no, I assume that they might want me to do that soon. It's weird. It's weird. Like I don't know. It's really weird.
Hold up. I actually literally need my phone for this.
I'll give it back.
Okay, cool. So we know who is actually in the inner circle. We know two of them, Jaja and oh my goodness, who named these
Pinky.
people?
Martinez.
Sloan and Jaja. And we know that they're friends with Peter Hill. And if they know somebody that I know, then I can know everything I need to know about them. Through my friends.
Oh, through your social influence rather than your
Mhm.
power influence? Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I have like friends. I don't need my weird, stupid thing. I can just talk to people like a normal fucking person. Who? This is
Nothing
very
about what we
normal.
do seems very normal.
This is very normal for me to ask people to look for in deeply, completely personal information on people so that I can get more information and convince them to do something. This is a part of college life.
Okay, so we've got less than probably 12 hours or around 12 hours remaining. We have to figure out where they're meeting because we've got no idea. The only thing we do know is two people in the inner circle and the professor.
And the
we
guys
know-
is outside the circle. and
Okay, that is
So-
problematic.
Yeah.
We do know that I at least feel like he might be using the like the school furnaces or something to like do his alchemy. It kind of because the school was getting pretty hot the other day. So
Alchemy?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
which is
alchemy
like not
of
even a
sorts.
real thing.
He's trying to turn like souls into energy. Is kind of like what I've assumed from what we're reading. So.
What is it with people trying to suck the souls out of other people? Can they just like they have soul sucking jobs, but this is next level. This is terrible.
They need more
Okay.
sports in their lives.
I agree. They need to exercise more. Maybe they'd feel better.
Definitely need more
okay.
sports. Less study, less reading, more sports.
Well, we need to study how the heck we're going to work this.
Well, the book's over there.
Yeah, I mean, we already
maybe a
I studied
notebook would be
the-
better.
Okay.
Well,
So-
the notebook's next to it are for like the translations.
Yeah, cute. I'm not much of a reader, so I'm going to contact my friends, and then let's see what we find out about these two people.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
say that because of who they are,
Mhm.
and they might not necessarily want to be found. I'm gonna give each one of them, or I'm just gonna establish a story tag because it's in. There's a custom move of inconspicuous. They tend to try not to be found if they don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So who are you gonna look for?
I like to investigate using my assistant crew, and I will ask them to hack anything that they need to hack to get more information on this. So I will pretend that I'm friends with my assistants, and I ask them to hack and get more intel from them.
What are you looking for? Just, well, I guess, okay. I don't know how much you're going to get from this, but go ahead and roll. I'm just going to charge you with inconspicuous. You don't have to get you don't have to invoke any weakness tags if you don't want to. We'll just see what happens.
I'll invoke the unavailability because I don't know. They might be unavailable, and I also have a -1 from inconspicuous. You said
inconspicuous, yeah.
Okay, so
maybe
I
you could check their
+1.
calendar or something. Like, do they have like notes on where they would be?
Yeah, or something like that. So after invoking all of that, I have a +1 to this.
And chat dice.
Is this important enough for chat dice? Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You've been hoarding them.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you got 3, right? We don't roll a whole lot, so there you go. Great success. Power 2. So, you can you can spend your clues 1 for 1. You can ask me questions, or you can apply the optional rule that we have now made effective of reverse clues and tell me what you find, and I'll fill in the details.
I find out like where they live on campus.
Okay. Which one would you like to know where they live? Would you like to know the place where Sloan Martinez, Zha Zhang, or Peter Hill lives? You will be able to determine what we'll just establish what their campus address is, and you were able to figure out one of those 3 based on your reverse clue.
So that would be Sloan Martinez.
Okay. Where do they live?
They
I love it when I can
live.
push this over to the players.
They
Go ahead.
live in
1,
one
2,
of
3
the dorms.
Yemen Avenue, Yemen. Wait, I'm sorry.
They live in one of the low class dorm.
Low class
That-
dorm.
Yes.
Okay. So
Which I think is where Penny's living, because to me that's low class.
all right. So Sloan Martinez lives
Okay,
at 10,
first off, I do the best I can with my space, okay?
10 Sneeze Hall. Apparently, that's the name. Kind of a, it was named after a famous alum of the university with an unfortunate last name, Sneeze.
And the second thing that we find out is, while Sloan Martinez is very secretive, kind of alone, like doesn't want inconspicuous or whatever, she's very organized, and she keep her calendar in one of her devices.
Okay. So you want to
Like
see
people-
what it says? All right, yeah. So like you were able to pull up what's going on tonight, and I can't really tell you. I can tell you that there is a meeting of the Philosophy Club tonight that she plans to attend.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in Chinatown? Can it be in
No,
Chinatown?
it's in the,
Is it at
it is
midnight?
at the fraternity house. The Omicron, what is it again? Omicron Row, something like that fraternity. The
Yeah.
professional
Omicron-
fraternity where Professor Gregory Clay holds his club that has been, its reputation has been besmirched by these characters, and I will not hear any more of it. It is a philosophy club, not a
I was
cult.
like, Omnicron Fraternity is what it's called, and you expect us to believe that?
So he's literally had the retreat in the fraternity house. Cute. Probably got too much
It is
red
a
flag from the last time.
professional fraternity. All genders are permitted to live and participate in the fraternity, and it is a highly sought after place for those in philosophy. It is a good resume builder. in the area of philosophy.
Oh, that's useful.
Yeah.
And cults.
And building some
No.
kind of relationships.
No.
Even though we know
Remember-
that historically fraternity and sorority was only created to further divide the class between the student going into the university as soon as they allow people from less affluent family to join. They need to segregate the two classes so that the rich can perpetuate their generational wealth.
Have you attended
what
his
a cute
classes?
dress! Oh, I
Oh,
love
okay,
this
yeah.
dress.
Okay, so we have 2 places we need to be. How are we going to do this? We can travel very quickly using my pictures, but I need to be present at both ends, so... Bit hard.
We should totally go and check out Sloan Martinez's apartment first.
Maeve drives fast.
Are you okay with that?
No, not really.
I drove once, twice. I didn't
And
drive that fast.
and we
I
almost
did-
had an accident
But she also saved us. Remember?
by floating the car.
Yes.
Yeah. By floating the car.
Okay, so hold up. How about we go check out Sloan Martinez's apartment first before we do anything else?
If we get caught,
Yeah,
doing
sounds
that,
good.
they're gonna be onto us.
Oh, if we got caught doing that, Sloan Martinez will never be heard again.
I'm sorry, what?
You're
I'm sorry,
deleting her
what?
social
Will.
media accounts.
Yes.
I will destroy her socially. She will never
Oh, I
be
see.
able to
So-
show her
okay.
face
I was like,
on
all right,
this
murder
campus
hobo.
ever
is
again.
bad. She will
Okay,
never be
that is
there.
equal. That is equally as disturbing. You're going to delete her entire being by embarrassing.
Somewhere in the
Oh.
great beyond, Corvus cracks a smile.
Another one for the tally, he says. And
Yeah,
moves
that's
an
right.
abacus
I have
face.
taught them well.
I can feel that, but like I freak out because I think it's the cloud again. I'm like, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
the cloud again.
Something smiling.
Never underestimate the power of trust fund and generational wealth. I mean, I'm rich, she's poor.
I mean, you guys have used this generational wealth to great effect personally, and as someone who has benefited from that, I'm okay with it.
You just
Yeah,
really
I
like
would
They
get
bought
her.
my house.
You just really like the imported sorbet that my parents brought to my apartment.
I-
3 times now.
Mate, and you have a much nicer machine, maybe.
Her entire life could be gone like this. Her parents or whoever has the main source of income in her life can lose their job and lose the house and mortgage if they even have any. If they have a landlord, they can be like evicted without notice. If I wanted to, she will never, ever, ever be able to come into my presence.
At this point, can I introduce or suggest a story hook that Maeve receives a text telling her to come to the fraternity house?
Okay, so I was going to introduce a particular mechanic if you would like to do that, but instead, well, here's how you'll do. Well, no, I'm not going to allow that yet until I introduce the mechanic because I don't want to mess around with something that I haven't play tested yet.
Cool. No problems. Wow.
So,
I'd like to trigger my flashback.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to do that. Okay, hey,
I
there we
would
go.
like to trigger my flashback to go back to then, and instead of leaving right away, I'd like to try to ask someone where the next meeting will be. I know I already said that I didn't remember. Maybe I'm just really tired. I'm trying to think back.
Oh, okay. So, I'll give you this for free. I will charge you your flashback, but you did talk to somebody. In fact, the professor said, "Look, why didn't you come back tomorrow? We're gonna have another meeting here, and if you come back, we'll have more information for you, and perhaps it might be the time for you to take the first step into the black."
Cool.
Speaking of
Thank
Into
you.
the Black, Christine's
Anyway,
looking
thanks
very
for coming
noir.
by. and we've come back to the apartment.
Black's
Yeah.
back in.
Well, that's
Gabriela
always
still has the
good.
filter just in case there wasn't.
Oh, is she in black and white on the?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's
Oh,
it's the green screen.
Oh. Okay.
It's not. It's the green screen. It's been something I've been working on for quite a while. Just ignore the fact that Gabrielle's always been just a little bit black and white.
Yeah,
The red
sorry.
lipstick comes through, but because
red
the
lipstick.
because your background, like your room, is yellow, to tune Polly's green screen, and my green screen goes black and white for you.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
When I
see.
first
Oh,
Right.
you can
there was, like,
overlay
parts
the
of
whole
my
thing.
cheek that would turn like
Mm.
green
Yeah.
because of.
So there's
because I
a
would,
there's a
like, have,
fine
like-
lines when it comes to lighting. That's don't just ignore it. Just,
Anyways.
I've been working on it for weeks.
Thank you for your hard
No.
work.
Now that I do remember, he did it. It is probably going to be at the frat house. I know I used my thing for that, but I think we can. I was invited to it, so at least I can like go back. But I don't know. Again, I don't know if I can bring anyone else. I mean, I could try, but I already tried to bring Christine.
Come alone.
If you go to the frat
You told me
house,
to
that
come
means that
alone.
we can
Yeah.
break in and investigate the person's residence
You
Here's
also
the
got to
thing,
see
though.
Holiday.
Here's the thing, though.
at midnight.
Here's the thing, though. He said that I would enter the black, and I don't like how that sounds. I don't like how that sounds. It scares me a little bit. So,
No, I don't like that either.
I go back into the room and bring out here and give a torch.
Chuck,
That's
where did you
very
find
sweet.
A flashlight in my apartment.
Well, it's because in case we're attacked by someone, we need to protect the HQ. So flashlights.
I don't think I've even ever owned a flashlight.
Oh, you do. It was hanging
you-
up in the
the
closet.
button here, you press and light comes out.
I know how flashlights work. I didn't know that I had one of those. You know, that's weird because I also like saw a vacuum in the closet the other day too, and I was like, that's so weird. I didn't know I had one of those.
I saw Alex bringing that in.
I think my parents hire maids to clean the apartment when I'm not here. I've never seen it get dirty, so I'm pretty sure.
I thought you were
Anyways,
just a clean freak. I thought you just kept everything sparkling
I've
clean.
never cleaned anything.
She literally
Oh.
had paper lying around everywhere. What do you mean she's a clean freak?
Well,
I mean,
if
yeah, I do agree.
if she keeps on ripping up all the headquarters signs that we put up, then yeah, of course you're gonna have paper flying all over the place.
I mean, I feel like Mavis eventually like picked up all those like poems that were on the floor about everyone, and she just like moved them into her room and like hid them away. Like, I don't need anyone looking through these poems that I've written about them.
I'm sure you would have hid them before we arrived.
Okay,
Some of them might have headquarters written on the back.
Chuck, you should
Documents.
go with me tonight
Like on a
to the
date.
club.
Chuck, never.
Wait,
No one's
I
suggesting
think
that ever.
she's. Listen, I know you all have yelled and got on my case for not remembering your class major identity.
Your phone buzzes again.
background.
Shut up. Sorry.
But I do remember that May said she was a lesbian.
That's why I was
remember that.
confused. Like that doesn't.
Your phone buzzes, Chuck, and it says, "Come alone."
I think I've already got a date.
It certainly looks like it, and it sounds like it's important. So you probably should go to that. Maybe we can try and have a look at his apartment. And see, this is my problem, right? This is a group, or this cult, or this club, whatever it is.
It's a cult
This cult
without a hoodie.
clearly has great influence and more understanding than I do over the kind of powers that are going on around here. So that worries me quite a lot, that they would probably know how to stop them, which quite frankly is our only real strength. other than Chuck, who's built like everything, but we're not. So I kind of
Chuck is
feel
like-
like
I've been thinking about it, and I think I can fight.
Well, so when we did this before, I split up the group as it was Chuck and Alex and me and Christine, because I feel like me and Chuck are we have more offensive powers and you guys have more defensive supporting kind of powers. Like we're talking like some kind of game, like weird. I know it's weird to think that like game mechanics would work in real life, but I'm just
Fantasy
saying,
Final, yeah.
God, they made so many of those games.
I've got an idea.
Ugh, nerds.
If you go to, if Mavis goes to the cult, someone can then break in and search that weird girl's apartment. I'll go and get killed by Holiday, and someone can break into Holiday's place.
So we all go alone. So we
Yeah,
all go. Have
I don't
any
like
of
this.
you ever seen a horror movie in your life?
Yeah, it
Because
always
I
works
have-
out in the end.
My life is
Also,
a horror
going
movie.
into
No.
the black seems like it's a pretty strong hint towards they're going to suck your soul out of your body and put it in a bracelet.
Torch.
Yeah. Also, the young, hot,
safe.
popular ones always die when the group split up. So I'm going to die.
Not necessarily.
Or
Slightly
you could be-
offended, but
you could be the leading lady that's like the one that has like, I don't know. You could be the leading lady that survives till the end.
You might just have to wear
I-
flats tonight.
Listen, I thought about that, but then I was like, they're always virgins, and yeah.
If you wear flats, then that might save you.
Chuck might be good.
I mean,
and
that
think Chuck
is
might be the-
something I've never done before. So if virginity means that way, I guess I can wear flat.
okay, let's order in some brunch and let's continue thinking about
let's-
how the hell we're going to deal with this problem.
You go to your social media, and because you're checking your phone, and you look at your site, and it's not coming up.
Oh my god! Something's happened to my site!
What?
What site?
Your site?
Yeah, my website.
Oh, I thought
Whatever,
website?
whatever you use, like City of Mist Twitch or whatever your YouTube, City of Tube.
The socials.
Yeah.
The social, the
Social.
social that, whatever it was.
Is the whole
Look
thing
at my
down just her
unspecified
profile?
social media account.
Alright, it's
It appears that you've got a message waiting saying you violated the terms of services.
I
The terms of
violated the
service, and
term of service.
you're on suspension
You're being naughty.
12 hours.
12
But
hours.
But I am the term of service.
What did you do to break the rules?
Probably asked her followers to pack into a bunch of people that they shouldn't have done.
That's pretty naughty.
No, that's just doxing is completely healthy and accepted on unspecified social media.
Everyone does it. It's a common thing.
Everyone
So-
does it, literally.
I think maybe what we can do is we can go investigate something together, and then tonight we might have to like split into groups again to do stuff. If Chuck needs to go to this thing with Holiday, which is probably important, someone should go with him, or at least be close by. And same thing with the cult.
Well, I mean, my
Christine,
schedule
can
is open.
can you have a look online too? Oh wait, no, you can't.
She has access to the rest of the internet. It just needs to
I
be
have
that
access to
particular.
internet. You hateful asshole.
Your friend, who is, your biggest fan, but is actually becoming a friend. What was her name again?
Lily.
Lily. Lily sends you a text. She says, "Oh my gosh, I was just checking. Like I check your site every 5 seconds, and it's not there anymore." She says, "Oh, don't worry. I know how to fix this. If you, I have class all day today, but if you want to come by the science room later tonight, I can get it unlocked for you.
OMG, I know this is totally awful. Crying emoji, tearful emoji, waterfall emojis.
Yeah.
That's so sweet of you. Heart emoji, kisses emoji. I would totally swing by. It's a bestie date again.
She sends a heart back
Sorry.
with an exclamation mark after the heart.
I'm making
2
some sorbet.
exclamation marks after the heart.
So this is making a hard choice, right?
If you
Kind
wanted
of,
to.
yeah.
No, this is the mistress
This is the-
trying to split the entire
us up.
party as best
No,
as
this
possible.
is making a hard choice because
Well, it is for your character.
for me, because
Yeah.
like this is the moment where I go, do I dish this girl who literally like anyone else can face this and it doesn't have to be tonight. Like she just asking to hang out.
This could be a
Or-
crack or fade.
Or do I
Right, that's what she's saying. She's saying she's like gonna potentially make a hard choice. So if you, we can show our audience what you mean by that. So the interesting mechanic about City of Mist is that I do not make the final decisions about character development and major character decisions. The player themselves has the final say as to how their character develops and how their character evolves over time. And one of the ways you can do that is if in the fiction you choose to do something that forgoes something that your character as written cares about, you can slowly evolve your character to another, to have different themes, which means different powers, different plus ones, if you will, and it works its way back into the mechanics. It's very interesting how the responsibility of sort of the final decision maker is split in this game in a way that I think is super helpful. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt Christina.
No, Polly.
Sorry, Christina's in the potentially making a hard choice. Yes, go ahead.
Polly, can Christine send a text and then we can make a hard choice? And her
Yes.
text sent to Lily would be, are you okay? We have a schedule hanging out later this week. So this is her checking to see if Lily's okay. And if she's not, this will be a hard choice.
Oh, she's okay. She just wants to help you. She wants to make, she's very concerned that like she knows how she's your friend. She knows how attached you are to your social media, and she feels like she can help. She's a nerd, right? She knows how to handle this stuff.
So either I go with her and make a genuine, continue this genuine connection and friendship with her because she's generally care about, or I go with my self-centered nature as a fashionista, the best, and just focus on me and dealing with the thing.
Well,
And
this is tough because hanging out with her is aligned with your sort of fashionista thing. You want yourself to be back on the internet. It's almost as if this scenario has been designed to compel your character to follow through on this. If you choose not to go, that potentially could be a hard choice.
Oh, but choosing to go is easy.
Yes. Yeah, I
Well-
would say that that's the easier choice.
Could I make a case that it's a hard choice to go because right now I am more like my self-center is I want to like go with the quote thing because the quote thing can potentially give me answer and more power to be more popular. Like my site is down for what, a night? Okay, cool. But I can influence way more.
Okay, so the good news is, again, you have the final decision as to whether you are going to apply the make a hard choice rule or not. So you don't have to make a case to me. You can just describe what you're doing, and you could say that, well, I decide that this make a hard choice rule applies, and you could mark fade or crack on a relevant theme that you're not giving it full attention to, that you're foregoing. You're foregoing something you really care about to follow the cult or whatever.
I will put a crack on Valley Girl Fashionista because my response to Lily is, That's okay. We don't have to fix it right now, but I would
Alright.
really like to hang out.
Okay.
And
alright.
then I look at everyone and I go,
She says, "Oh
Sorry.
my gosh! Oh, good. I'll start making dinner right now. Please come over. Don't cancel because I'm gonna spend a lot of time making an awesome dinner, and we'll be able to have a lot of fun."
no worries.
Very
We're
sad if you
ordering.
cancel.
No worries. I'm ordering my personal chef. Again, do
Oh.
you still like
Alright.
sushi? Question mark.
The hearts
Um,
appear all over your phone. She's so excited, and like confetti explosions.
Ugh. I can't believe I'm doing this. Sorry, I'm not available tonight. Lily needs me. Or whatever. I don't care. I just need to fix my profile. Or whatever. Not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, because if we're split up, there's no way in hell you're going to see a cult group with no backup.
I mean, it's still you, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, at least you could come with me.
I don't even know what powers really do. Like, as far I could enter a picture and put other people into a picture, sure, but I've got to be able to touch them. And quite frankly, I'm not as athletic as I used to be.
It's probably all that sorbet. I like.
It's definitely all the sorbet.
Do we need to put you on an exercise program? we can
God.
use one of the spare bedrooms as a gym.
Okay.
We
Rude.
can.
Rude.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I
Rude.
can do one thing since I'm not going tonight. If you guys want to swing by Lily Place before you go, I can like maybe try to make you as athletic as you used to be or whatever.
Sorry, what?
Oh, with your. Do you think you can do that? You tried to do the. Can I? You could probably do it.
Yeah, I can do it. I know I can. I know I can. I literally know I can.
Yeah, your power seems to be the belief. So, as if you believe that you can, then you probably can. As if, like, you know what I mean. Like, if you know, you know.
No.
If you know, you know. And I know what I know.
The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. So yeah, I guess we'll go. We can do good, unless some weird thing needs to happen to pull Penny away, like because we. Can,
Oh no, I got an open schedule. I'm sure. Wait for it.
Does Penny have an open schedule? No.
Yeah, no, I do
should
now.
I try to
Yeah, I
just
did all
go
my work
meet
earlier.
like holiday earlier?
No.
I mean, if possible, yeah, that'd be great. But he said midnight.
Your
Specifically
phone buzzes
specified a time,
again.
didn't he?
Says, "Chuck, are you there, you idiot?" Question mark.
Like, just give him a call.
Yeah, yeah, get it organized.
Holiday. Holiday.
Yeah, my friends are like doing some stuff tonight. There's possible danger. Something about an occult.
Look,
Can I just meet
look.
you at the office like in say half an hour? I can see it.
Look,
I can see it from where I am.
I'm. There's something going on right now. I wouldn't look.
What are you up to? We're dealing with occult stuff.
Here, roll investigate.
Hi, Holiday. Hope you're okay.
I got nothing.
Even all
So
these girls, man. What's up? Steal my girl and now what? What?
Most of them are gay.
I'm sorry. Have I got anything?
He
I got
doesn't know
nothing
this.
that I can
He's an
influence this
old-timey
role.
guy. He's like
Except for
straight
I
out
will
of
use my
50s.
chat dice because if I can do anything, get any information out of this guy, I'll be happy.
Okay, so tell me what tags you're using again. I sorry. I
Nothing.
talked
I've
to
got
him.
nothing.
All right.
I have nothing.
One chat die. Thank you, Alex.
So
I-
one
could
chat
I-
dice. Thank you, Alexander.
Can I add
Um,
a help point by also shouting down the phone, "Hey, I do have one."
All right. Well, just for that, I'm gonna just say, let's see. Do you still have the doesn't understand orders?
No.
me? No, I don't.
Gosh.
You're bringing up
Oh.
old tags, which I don't have.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
And that was specifically for like the troll.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
know.
I know.
It's
So
so
if I get
hard
a
when people
plus
change
one
their
for-
identity.
So
You
plus
get a
two
help
with
point.
the help point if that is the thing. Let's
Yeah,
do
that's
this. I have investigate.
Let me see if I can. No, go for it. It's fine. I'll be nice. Please, man. Ooh, you made it. Okay, mild success. You can spend your clues 1 for 1 to answer or to ask me a question, or you can do a reverse clue. But, however, because you did a mixed success, I can expose you to danger. I can give you clues that are fuzzy, incomplete, part true, part false, or I could ask you a question.
You're going to ask me a question no matter what anyway. I know what you're
I
like,
don't know. I
Polly.
like the part true, part false thing. I kind of like how this is developing. See, like this is what's great about the game. I would have had no idea when we
I
started.
mean, a
playing that it was
reverse
gonna
clue would be like
happen.
to have him being available, but that's not going to happen. No, I
that's
just
not
wanted.
good.
I'm straight up. That's exactly what I said. What are you up to? Like, I would say exactly what I asked.
Okay, he says, "Look, I don't have a lot of time to talk. I'm on a stakeout right now. I have a job, but
I can come meet you then.
I have a new client. His name's Silvio Yadao, and he is look, I don't know if you know this, but there's some like weird stuff in the city, like magic stuff. I don't know what to make of it. And the only time I've seen stuff, like weird stuff like this has been with you and your weird crew. And God help me, I don't want to talk to you. I don't even like you, but you're the only person who might be able to explain this to me. I want to get together, and I just need to talk to you about. Do you know what I'm saying? Like magic stuff. Do you have any idea what I'm talking? I'm not crazy.
Hey guys, he's not going to kill me tonight.
I'm not gonna.
Good.
Not tonight.
What is it?
Anyway, this client, he's like, he was telling me, well, I think he's one of these magic people too, but he says that there's other magic people out at, this is ridiculous. Look, just come by tonight around 7 o'clock, Chinatown. I will find you. Just go,
7 o'clock.
go to
Okay.
Chinatown. I'll be there.
Wait, not midnight?
Oh, yeah, wait. Sorry, you got one more question.
Well, you should just change the thing from midnight to 7 o'clock. You just.
I never said midnight.
Yeah, I don't think we.
Oh, the original text was midnight.
I
I'll go
said
to the-
tonight.
We said tonight.
I never
and
said
I think
midnight.
Paul heard midnight, so Paul said
thought
midnight one.
Oh, I was about to say I heard midnight, but maybe that was just my mind being dumb.
Mass hallucination.
No, I think I
Could
said
easily
at
be.
night.
It's been a long week.
I mean, it's all going to be at the same time. All this stuff, as you didn't guess, will be about at the same time, just,
No.
coincidentally. So, around 8 o'clock, huh? Yeah, okay. 8 o'clock. But, I'm going to hang up right now, but you can ask more one question.
No, hang up. I'm
I
sure.
don't know why. Bye.
Is there anything I need? I
Ask
don't
him
need
about
to-
the furnace or something.
Lily is literally sending, I can't wait till 7:30/8 tonight.
Yeah. All right. So I just put the turkey in. It's going to take a few hours, of course, and it'll be done right about 7 o'clock. Don't be late.
Won't miss it for the world. Winky.
Woohoo.
Wait, if we send Holiday to Lily's, then she'd have company
Oh,
Oh, and food.
and food.
if he ever got close to Lily, I could only hope that he has a will written out, so I can tell his family what happened. And what his last word was.
Christine.
I could only hope.
Christine. Hello.
Hi, what's up?
Hi. Nothing. Just lost yourself there a little bit.
Wait, have you been doing
Um,
drugs like Mavis?
No, I'm actually
drugs.
I'm so proud of this, but I'm actually straight edge.
I think it's great that you and Lily are having a good friendship. I'm very supportive of you having friends.
I have lots of friends.
I know.
Okay,
You know what I
before we do anything, I'm giving you 3 duplicate photos, and they're all the same. And I also have a copy. And this way, I can come to you and bring you out and come to somebody else, and it will allow us to traverse maybe a bit quicker. But I'm genuinely worried that from what you told me, they know a hell of a lot more about what's going on than we do.
You're gonna have to.
I'm not convinced this is going to work.
I think you're gonna have to.
Oh
change
my
the game for that.
goodness. Oh my goodness, Penny. The lighting is amazing. You should take a photo of me sometime.
We
love
should have a session.
I would love that. I would
Wait, are you
honestly
talking
love
drugs
that.
again?
I got my lighting kit. I actually left it here. Do you want me to bed out? We can have like a proper
Guys,
session over brunch.
Guys.
Huh?
Also, I think Paul, you're gonna have to change the game if you want to give us pictures.
Penny, why have you got your lighting kit here?
Oh, I just left it here. It was easier.
We all leave stuff in HQ. Come on, you live in HQ.
It's only been at HQ for like 3 days now. This is the first
Yeah.
time Penny's been here.
Right,
No,
and
Penny's been
and
here,
it's
first of all, Penny's been here twice since it's been HQ, but she's been here multiple times since it's been my apartment.
Yeah, we had a girls' sleepover once, which unsurprisingly, of
You
course,
have
didn't attend.
sleepovers?
We did have
yeah,
sleepovers.
it's called Girls Sleepover. Again, unless you have something to tell us.
This is just sexist.
Okay, it was just a spur of the moment kind of thing, you know. We
Also-
continue to invite to the next one.
Also, exclusion of a member of a dominating / oppressive class is technically not sexism. So
So like the gyms that won't allow boys in.
yeah, it's like misandry best. It's for like safe space.
But
and whatnot.
the other gyms which can't not allow girls in.
Can I roll change the game to give them the pictures?
Yes, yeah, we would like to do that.
We're rolling.
I would love to do
guys.
that.
It's been 40 minutes. We're rolling.
So I'll give you change the game. I'm trying to give them identical pictures of the university hallway. It's the same one I've been using often to traverse. It's the power
Okay.
of picture traversal. I don't think there are any relevant paradox to this. I'm pretty sure it's a straight.
Yeah, keep in mind if you want it to be an ongoing like story tag, it's gonna have to be a 10+. So you might want to do something to boost your numbers there. Particularly if you're gonna give out 2.
Yeah, that's rough.
I don't have any help points
What tags do you
for
have?
anyone that's actually here today.
No, I only have
The only
hurt
thing that
points for...
the only ones
I
that might be
don't.
relevant are my own type of eccentric, because I'm trying to think ahead in that kind of planning phase, which would make some sense.
What was
But
the
other than
tag?
that, and my own type of eccentric, because of her logical planning,
Oh,
her eccentric
yeah.
thinking.
All right.
Wait.
All right.
Do
But in
you need to
Bulgaria,
have
we-
photos, or can a video phone work?
We've established that a phone can work, but I'm just assuming they'll just take the phones off you, especially at the cult situation.
You could use like maybe the pictures of the science room.
Unfortunately, I don't have any, but I can go take some.
No, I was just saying like maybe you do have a picture of the science room, like you have a bunch of stock filed photos of the science room for your jumping
I
purposes.
mean, if you want to use a flashback to say I took a I took a picture of the science room.
Or the
because you
theater
might-
department?
You can say that.
It's still part of change the game, though, isn't it? It doesn't really. If we're going through the thingy to go somewhere else or
It
going
would
to the
still be a
science room,
change of the game. I'm just saying
Yeah.
you could say that you had a picture of the science room specifically.
well,
Could
we'll
I
be going to
flashback?
one of the hallways of the university, so it's kind of the same thing anyway.
Could I flashback?
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't used the
I like to
flashback.
flashback back to the party at the frat house.
Okay,
and
but hold on
I-
a second. I want to resolve the Penny thing first. Let's
My
let's
team
keep the
will-
spotlight on Penny.
My team will directly affect Penny's team if the flashback succeed. So
Okay. All right.
I like to flashback to the frat party, and I just told Peter heels off. And also, you like has CD, which is weird. Never in a million years would I go out with you. As he'd leave and be interested in somebody else. And now that that's gone with, I don't think anyone here know that there's actually another camera that doesn't point at people to take a selfie. I mean, I certainly didn't discover this until yesterday. And I like to take the photo of the frat house
Okay.
of the inside the
Ah.
party.
Okay.
Could you just
All right.
point out to our audience and to the world that there's a camera on one side of the phone, and you just realize there's
Listen,
no
I
camera.
didn't
There's
know that
cameras on the other
exists.
side.
Okay, I didn't know that exists. I only used the
Because
one
selfies
one that
and self is all that matters. Yes, of
Yes,
course.
exactly. Like,
But
why
you
would put it there?
cannot.
No
Who
mirror
is the weirdo
selfies?
that's taking selfie like this?
I take mirror selfies. You gotta, most of my pictures are mirror selfies.
That is old school mirror selfies.
Only lonely people who doesn't have somebody to take their photo for them do that. But okay.
Okay.
Roll change the game. Roll change the game to
Change the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my kind of self-centered nature and glamour seeker.
Hmm.
I know how to take a photo. I'm impeccably stylish. Question mark.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you taking a picture of the room or yourself?
The room.
So none of that applies. You're stylish.
Okay.
There's, I mean, try again.
You're right.
Try again.
I was trying to gaslight it.
You don't need you don't need to receive a 10 or higher, because you're just gonna this will work, to like be an assistance, like it doesn't need to be a ongoing story tag, even though it's a flashback. Technically speaking, it just needs to be a mixed success, and you'll be able to aid Penny's change the game.
Could I enchant my camera, what already exists, so that it can take a little bit clearer picture of the room, so that it works? I hope this one has filter and work just as well. Honestly, I don't know how it works.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
a relic or something.
I'm not even sure I understand your character, but okay, we'll go with it. It's cool. It's cool.
The logic is sound. You can do it. I
All right,
believe.
here I
Yeah.
go,
If it
world.
sounds good to all of you, it's fine with me. There you go. Boom. Okay, you did it. What?
Ah,
Super lucky you pushed that last part though.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Penny, you get a +1 because there's a picture already there. So if you would like to change the game and provide assistance by giving your friends photos,
yes. I'm
That
like
was
send
the
it over.
fun.
I sent it over. I was like, did you know that this is a camera, and it took pictures? I got this from it, and I sent it over. I
It's
know,
really
it's
useful.
amazing. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, who's like takes a picture of themselves like this? Ugh.
You've
No,
never taken
the camera on the back is normally actually better than the camera on the front. So if someone else takes your picture with the camera on the back, it's going to look even better.
Yeah, but those are com photographer, and they bring their own camera.
And
Like
she'd
you.
need to
That's
have
true.
friends for someone else to take a photo of her.
friends.
I have friends.
Okay.
Like, did you
continue,
just
Paul.
ditch your friend?
No, she's gonna go hang out with her.
+1 from chat dice. +1 from the help. Thank you very much. +2 currently.
I can. I don't want to. I kind of want to save the help one because I feel like I'm gonna be in the jaws of the beast and I'm gonna need you to help me. So I'm gonna save mine. I'm sorry.
No, I think I agree with you. The only relevant weakness I don't want to invoke, but that's up to you, is phase out of reality from exposure. You spend too long in the picture world, then you phase out. But that takes hours, so I don't really see how that'd be relevant. Because I
That's
mean,
up
we're
to
just
you.
going through it.
you can. I am not inclined to be overly harsh here.
Okay, I'm going to say no. Just wanted to let you know that was on the board.
Thank
So
you.
we're going to change the game
Very
with +2.
Honest players are good. Oh, you did it. Okay, you deserve it. You know what? You're putting you
There
through
we
the
go.
ringer there.
Yes.
You
yes,
got
yes.
power of 2, so you can give somebody a photograph that will be ongoing, if you would like.
It's definitely going to be Mavis.
Yeah.
That's the person entering literally hell.
I think
Perfect.
maybe you give yourself because you're technically using the photo to jump to me, right? So you should probably be the one with the juice.
So the thing is, we can do it both ways.
Okay.
The way that the power works and the way that it's flavored essentially is that as long as there's a picture within a picture, and we go into the picture and come out the other picture, and that's where you exit is the other picture's location. So the reason why I chose this corridor is because it's filled with pictures of the town itself. So as long as you have that picture, then I can come to you through that picture of the same corridor and then take you back out and then back out the other end, essentially. Very basically, it's like some very complicated teleportation for several people, but there are risks.
It's like unspecified. It's like unspecified. Like Russia app. The rest is the same too.
So
yeah, we'll do that.
Cool. I have a picture then. I'll take the picture. Yeah, let's
So Penny, are you in the picture? Are you going to carry the picture? Is like sorry, I'm just confused what's actually going on.
So it's two copies of the same picture. Another one of the copies is actually in the picture itself, and that's the same copy that Mavis is holding. And I'll enter a picture from the other end, and then I can go through the picture that's actually inside of the picture and come out where she is.
Okay, so this is a picture portal.
Essentially, yes. It's picture traversal.
Okay. All right. Okay,
Yes.
so then you're going to create a story tag called Picture Portal, and somehow you both can have it at the same time.
Yeah, that's the
no,
power.
I think it would just be me that has it, but I can invoke it by using it to try to get Penny to escape me. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're totally not going to be searched.
Yeah, well.
And as long as everybody understands how this picture portal was created and is okay with it, then I am okay with it. I don't need to.
What are they gonna search my? They're not searching in here, so it goes right in here or in the underwear. Like go somewhere where they can't check.
If he search it,
we didn't need to know that. That's
no. But listen, if he search it, let us know because we go into contact the dean of students.
well, he's a teacher, so that might be an issue.
The bigger problem is, even though you have this picture, how can you let us know if you're in trouble? Because they're definitely not going to let you keep your phone.
Bubbles in the sky. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think they can take the wand away from me. So that's, if anything, I can try to make a lot.
No, I think you would stop them if they wanted to take the wand away from you. I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't let that happen.
I don't know. Anyways, Polly, what are you trying to say?
What would okay, so like, let's say somebody who doesn't know the true nature of this picture, just a random person looks at the picture, what do they see?
A picture of the university hallway with a bunch of pictures in it. It just looks like a normal picture.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
I don't think they can take it from me anyways. We've established I cannot get rid of it. It does not go more than 5 feet away from me. So...
Yeah, and you wouldn't let them. I've seen what happens when it's late at night and you don't want to let go.
Still think if it's a football...
What are you talking about?
I still think if it's a football, that'd be awesome. Wait, sorry, what?
She definitely just said that that she see her not leaving it at night.
A sleepover.
Are you guys dating?
Right in front of my
the sleepover.
Don't you know that Maeve doesn't like hugs?
Wait, hold up. Are you guys dating right in front of my salad?
Penny looks at Maeve.
Dating is a strong word.
Are you engaged?
No, God, that's an even stronger word.
That's several steps too far.
I'm sorry, right in front of my salad.
Yeah, that was good.
Right in front of my salad? I'm so sorry. I kind of just go to Penny and I go
Oh, you know how I feel about it. I think I've made that plenty obvious.
I think kinda, yeah, ish.
That is so cute. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to talk about coordinate outfit.
Christine, if only your social media was working, you could have had the best gossip.
I hope that if he doesn't murder you tonight, that he damage you in some way. Choo. I really do.
Okay, so since when has Christine turned into a psychopath?
I think it's when my legend made when we both had the. It's been happening since then.
So last
It also
night.
happened with me a couple times too.
Last night before you
Since-
got here, they had like a little.
I
I'd
think
say
Penny
I'd say
was there.
cat
Penny was
fight,
here for
but
that.
I was.
Since
Penny was here for that.
I was, but I wouldn't. Penny wouldn't have recognized what it was. So it's kind of one of those things that happened. But like,
I am reasonably irritated because since my channel get its first strike and taken down. Do you know how rare that is? The thing get taken
No.
down with the first strike.
on the first strike, maybe they have
Yes.
a vendetta.
And also,
That's terrible. I'm
and
so
also
sorry for
with
you.
my caliber. Listen, I'm not some dumb blonde guy who
No, you don't-
posts
you-
pictures about stupid things
your hair's not blonde.
with his brother.
How about we move along, and we figure out what we're gonna do. So we're going.
And
we're
Chuck just
going
puts his hair
to
through his blonde hair.
We're
Blonde
doing
lock.
these things, and what are we doing in the meantime? Because we have like a little bit of time before then.
Recon. We
Uh,
need to go scout out the place.
Yes, Chinatown. Let's go.
Well, we could get
Well-
some brunch there. Don't complain about that.
Yeah, why don't we do that? We can. I'll call Laurent and we can head over there to Chinatown.
Yeah, but we do need to be quick because I have to do my homework for the math class.
Good.
Wait, you're gonna do
I-
your
Being
homework?
studious.
I can ask Lily. That's weird.
Huh.
For advice, yeah.
So, never mind. Yeah. Anyways, let's get going.
Where are we
Okay,
going?
So you're gonna make your way over to Chinatown?
Yep.
You know, you have a few hours. You've chatted for a while. You burnt some time trying to figure out what you're gonna do later today. But you know, it's still midday when you make your way. Your French driver ogles you as he opens the door, allows
Ogles
everybody
me.
to get in, ogles your friends, but mostly you.
He's
You know,
not
you
in love with
arrive-
me. Oh my god! Please no.
you're no, well, it's not love. It's not love. I'll
It's
tell you that.
father
You
figure.
got a little drool coming out of his mouth. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's too much cheers.
Oh my god! No.
Um,
your wife.
Oh, I love my wife. Oh, you know, what do you mean? Anyway, so you ride in the car and you listen to French music all the way there. So you are, just so people know where we started out. We
La
started
vie
out
en rose.
in the downtown area. You've never been to Chinatown in this adventure before. You know, you've heard of you may in your lives have been there before, but this is the first time in this campaign we've made our way to Chinatown. So you drive. Let me see on the map.
Protect continuities. We've been to Chinatown a few times.
We have. Oh shit! You're right. Never mind.
Glassworks.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, never mind. So
Yeah, but for this investigation, yeah. So carry on.
what's wrong with the entity? I don't know. I just had an aneurysm or something. You know, I just had a stroke, but I'm okay now.
But did
Of
a
course,
description because we've never actually got a description.
I mean, we could
Oh.
go check out the if that's where the factory was. We could go check it out, see what
Oh,
happened
that's right.
afterwards.
Yeah, and
the
have traumatic
Roy
events, sure.
Glassworks factory. Now, you cross over the river, and you head west on the freeway, and you find yourself in you go through on the way to Chinatown. You go through the old corridor. You say hello to the university. You keep driving, and you end up, the buildings change and they become more like Chinatown type buildings. You find that traffic in Chinatown at this time is much, much heavier than before. It turns out that today is the day of the Chinatown Festival. And there are people coming in from all over the city. There is activity all over the place, bells, cymbals. So, your driver can't get that far deep into Chinatown. So he has to drop you off sort of on the outskirts of this festival that has sort of engulfed the whole neighborhood. Now, you assume, of course, well, I'm not going to tell you where to go, but you're dropped off sort of on the outskirts, and there's people streaming toward the center of Chinatown as you get out of the car. It was like, we, I will drive away. No, bye-bye.
What time in the
Viva la
year
France!
is this?
We go to France. Bye.
What time of year?
Sec-
Yeah, it's summer, we'll say.
It's summer. Oh, we must be approaching the Miss Autumn Festival then.
Oh, you've been here before?
I'm Asian.
Okay. I will say that.
Yes, but have you been to this fest? I know.
No, I
Well, you
I
you
know
know-
like festival exists.
Yeah, like what season
Okay.
it is, you know, like I haven't said. So when I say summer, I mean there was snow, but it melted.
Mm.
And
We have
so,
snow in
like,
summer.
you
Climate
know,
change is weird.
yeah. So, you know, that's all I can tell you. But there's a festival going on, and you hear whistling and the crackle of firecrackers and the jingle of bells and cymbals, and there's a crowd around you. There's lanterns on, hanging on houses over the streets, and of course, thousands of villagers and locals stroll in a meandering flow.
I feel like I would just like. I feel like I just want to say this out loud, but I feel like Maeve, like every time now, we're just gonna like be walking outside, like she's just gonna be like kind of very close to Penny. Like I feel like Maeve is like she can't take initiative. Like she took initiative that one time, and it's like that's enough. I did enough. So I feel like it's still kind of awkward for her, but it's because she's
Sorry.
awkward.
I mean, I
Sorry
just think
that
you're
I s-
protecting me, so I'm not complaining.
Sorry that I snapped just now, Penny. It just Mid Autumn Festival is one of those few things that I remember when my parents still around.
Well, I didn't think you snapped, but I'd love to hear more about that. Like, did you go
There's
together?
nothing to hear about.
No.
Oh, lovely clothing. It's cute.
That is beautiful. Yeah, that is beautiful. Just like you.
Thank you. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beautiful too. No, I'm kidding. Vivian.
I'm just looking at Maeve after that. I'm like, yeah, okay.
You're probably the only one looking at me, and I just like.
You hear people mumbling
Text message
or
on
talking
the group chat.
loudly, that there's you hear words, people describing some sort of parade that seems to be where a lot of people are streaming toward. People are stopping, of course, to buy food along the street, and there's performances that you kind of pass by as you walk, if you're walking. But you do hear people talking about a parade that is either about to start. You can't tell exactly if it's going on right now or it's about to go on, but people are trying to make their way there.
Does anyone else find it suspicious that this parade is in the exact same time period as that weird book you read? And it's happening at the same time.
I mean, it seems like
Does this have anything to do with alchemy?
Time. Doesn't it seem like there's a lot of things happening at that exact time?
Yeah, it kind of does. It's almost like they're directed in a certain way, which is quite a disturbing thought. But
What
does
this
this
festival
have anything
is
to do with alchemy?
this festival is a yearly thing, so it's not like they move the date just to meet with it.
Is there?
No.
I want to
but maybe
roll.
there's
Your text messages go up.
Okay.
Sorry, Paul, Karsh, you can continue, and then I'll do.
Yeah. Yeah, like you get like everyone gets the text message in the group chat. It's in chat.
Oh, that.
Should I look at it or not?
Maeve is also pretty.
Okay.
I want to roll investigation. I want to see if there's any kind of like celestial event going on right now, or like some kind of like, is there like a full moon or like a summer harvest moon, or like what is the? Because
It's Chinatown Festival. That's what.
Harsh. So I want to see if there's any kind of like event that like could correspond with all this stuff happening, because like like is there
Like a celestial
kinda,
event or something.
Yeah, is there like a celestial event? Is that why is that why there's a countdown? Is that why people are like, is that why there's this festival? And like, is this festival around a celestial event? Because sometimes they do that with festivals. So
Roll investigate.
Also, Chuck, calling it a Chinatown festival is completely ignoring how many cultures is being represented in here. I'm just saying.
There's a lot of different food.
Yeah, did you know I'm Malay?
I did not. So what can you recommend?
Uh,
Carry on.
well,
yeah, it
well,
is.
I actually hot pot is always good.
I'm gonna use my chat luck because that's all I got. And wait, what
Yeah.
tag do I have? Okay. Yeah. So all I have is a chat die.
Okay.
Let's see. I have. What is this? No improvements on that. Cool. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I got an eye for detail, but I'm not using that. So here we go. I will roll investigation.
Hold up. I have a help point for you.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe
Because
maybe
as
I'll...
we established, I'm Asian.
How are you gonna help?
She knows what to look
She's
for.
been here before, so maybe she knows what the event is built
I
around
haven't
if
been
there
here
is-
before, but I know the culture enough
Yeah,
to maybe give her an
Oh.
idea of what the
Okay.
festival is about.
Okay,
Alright.
okay. Yeah. So 1 help point from you, and I will roll to investigate. And it's going to be a really low roll because it's always low for me and no one else.
I mean,
So-
we don't know.
I
We
need a-
just be on that
I need a
hopium. It's
low
okay.
roll here. I need a low roll.
You need to. Oh,
Okay, well, Polly, you
Yeah.
know I am the best for low rolling. Ah, damn it!
You did it. Okay, now it's success. The clues you can get are fuzzy, incomplete, part true, part false. Your investigation could expose you to danger, or I can ask you a question.
Okay. And the clues could be fuzzy, part true, part false because I'm learning them from someone.
Oh, did I
who
forget
is-
to ask somebody a question before? I feel like I missed this.
Karsh.
My chance. Oh,
You were fuzzy.
Give him...
no,
Oh,
I
it was
wasn't.
fuzzy,
really
was it?
I don't think it was fuzzy.
Oh
It
wow.
wasn't.
Oh well,
What's
I
your question
failed.
for Karsh? Ask him now.
I won't use use a flashback to get a second question. Then we'll call it even.
Yeah, here's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll burn your clue that you banked. How about that?
So yeah, what is there a celestial event or kind of like cosmic event, like some kind of like full moon or like meteor shower, like some...
Yeah, I mean, what this is the Chinatown Mid-Autumn Festival, turns out. And again, but snow was out and it melted, but it hasn't been that long. But it's the Mid-Autumn Festival. Tonight happens to be it happens to be a full moon tonight. It's a full moon tonight. That's what I'll say.
Mhm.
And is it a special full moon or just a full moon? Because there are weird full moons, like the
Yeah.
harvest moon.
Harvest moon.
or-
Yeah.
You would. So it's the Mid-Autumn Festival. Today happens to be the day where the moon is the largest in the sky than it at any time of the year.
Okay.
And it will happen to be up the longest.
Ah,
Huh.
that's important.
That
This
does
is-
feel a little important, especially since you're
this
trying to not
is-
tell me things.
Mhm.
This is the time where lovers are reunited.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There's a pair of legendary lovers who's separated for eternity, and they can only meet each other on one night tonight.
That's cute.
That's
Um,
very
Okay.
sad.
Do you have another question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try to make a clue, or something. I want to try to
Sure.
So maybe I'm trying to think of what I could make the clue of because I don't know what else I could ask about this.
The moon looks
Um,
exceptionally yellow tonight, is what is expected for based on that.
Yellow moon. What does a yellow moon mean? I guess actually I'll look up what a yellow moon means.
Oh, it doesn't mean
Wait.
anything. I was just throwing that out
Oh,
there.
okay.
Doesn't mean
Okay.
anything.
cool. Then never mind that question.
Well,
I-
and no, it doesn't mean anything specifically.
Well,
I would miss. This is not the time for me to answer that question.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll take that answer. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, I guess I would say maybe we see Holiday in Chinatown. Is that too much? That's probably too much. I rolled it.
Yeah, that's too much because he's busy right now. He's doing other
Yeah,
things.
he's busy. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
could I give a suggestion?
Now
since
that's where
know-
I want to introduce that new mechanic that I'm thinking about, where you could potentially do that. You could force. It would be like, well, I'll describe it to you really quickly. So there seems to be a move that we could add, a custom move, which would be similar to Take the Risk, except it would be sort of introduce a plot point, and it would,
Mhm.
you have to essentially get a 10 or higher on your roll, and you can only use plot-based tags for it rather than any sort of power tags.
Gotcha.
But I haven't worked that out yet. If you want to do that, if you want to roll like a flat like introduce a plot point, you could do that, but that would be like that could go bad. You'd have to get a 10 or higher. That's pretty high.
Yeah, no, I won't do that. I was
Okay.
So how about
I got to work that out though, a little more clearly.
No, that's fine.
I have a suggestion for Clue that you can ask.
Shoot it. Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously the book was talking about alchemy, right? And you know that, but it was very Western theme. There's also a version of alchemy in Eastern culture. It's called cultivations, which is also about bringing out the godhood within the person.
Okay. Maybe
I guess
could look to see if there's a bookstore around that's selling that book specifically, because now I got that from Christine, like that idea of like alchemy in a Eastern. I don't know if that would actually help. If that even.
I think you look for alchemy specifically because that's what they're dealing in. I think there may be ways of finding out more about people who use alchemy, or maybe there's even a shop that sells alchemic supplies or something. Like we don't really know what they mean by that. We know it has something to do with jewelry and the extraction of mythos. So
maybe
there's a couple of tie-ins.
How about this? I'll create a clue that there is a alchemy shop or some kind of like witchy shop nearby, or like some kind of like spiritual shop, and we can go there to ask them questions about alchemy. Does that work, or is that a plot point?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, cool.
I will give you that. I mean, that would be you're using the reverse clues in a way that might be excessive, but I'll let you do it this time because I don't have.
Don't worry, we don't have to.
No. I want you to do this because I want to see how it works. This is part of the play testing of the potentially like new mechanic I could do. Okay, so it turns out there is a bookstore in Chinatown, right? Well, tell me what is it and what is the name of it?
God, I don't know. I don't know.
Bob's
any
Emporium.
Okay, here's what I'll say. It is called the
Tim the
Magnum
Enchanter.
Opus.
A magnum
okay.
opus.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that. That must be plot relevant because you pulled that right out. So I'm gonna
Oh,
hold
No, I
that.
just made that up.
Also, the fraternity's name and magnum opus. Oh, hello.
All right, so you go into you happen to notice there's a bookstore called the Magnum Opus. Now, while you make your way to this bookstore, the crowd seems to be getting more excited. You can hear off in the distance maybe some drumming. The parade might be about to begin. But you make your way to the store. You all go into the store. You hear the door kind of creak open. You hear the bell jingle. It's dusty. There's bookshelves everywhere. You see an old man, Mr. Miyagi looking type, with a pipe. Greetings. Is there something I can help you with? Young people.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Hi.
Yes.
Greeting. Yes. Hi. Greetings.
Hi.
Greetings. Hi.
I bow slightly.
He bows even slighter back at you.
I do it like very. I'm like, oh shoot, am I supposed to? Oh god. Okay, I look like one of those people now. I'm gonna stop. Okay. So, hi. Yeah, we're doing research. We're from the local university, and we're doing research on alchemy, like the old forms of alchemy. You know, like from certain things. We came upon this book called. God, I can't remember the name, but it talked about transforming the soul, and putting it into jewelry and like all that other kind of stuff. So we were wondering if you knew any stuff about that kind of stuff, and I can roll for this if you would like me to.
You should roll for this.
I will roll for this. Thank you. Sorry. Wait, no, I'll stop doing that. Sorry.
It is
Oh god.
Yes. Wax on, wax off.
Stop, Polly. Stop.
He's just waxing the table currently.
Yeah. You see how clean this is.
May we only bow for greetings, Okay.
I'm very nervous. Okay. I'm gonna use a kill him with kindness.
Okay.
I am going to use my Woman of Words. I am very good at forming sentence. Even though I look pretty awkward, I'm very good at talking. That's my whole thing, is that I'm good at talking.
Okay.
I'll use a chat look, which will give me one. And I'm going to invoke my weakness. That is a lust for power, because I'm not really asking to figure out how to stop this dude. But I'm just going to tell that to the MC. Anyways.
That's fair.
I bet you'd love a jewel in that wand.
Anyways. And then I'll roll investigation. If that's cool with you, Polly.
Please do. Please do.
Okay.
Please roll a miss. There we go. Thank God. Okay.
All right, well.
He goes to answer you. He says, Yes, alchemy. It is an ancient art. There's been rumblings about its resurgence recently. I have many books. This is an alchemy store. That's why you came here. It's under the alchemy store in Chinatown. While he begins to, he's like, in fact, let me show you to the section. He sort of walks you to the back of the store. As he's doing that, however, you hear there was hold on a second. You hear something. You hear the crowd starts to build itself up, and you hear the drumming has gotten louder as he's been explaining to you, what's in the store. The hairs on the back of all of your necks start to stand on edge for some reason. You feel something is happening, and then you hear a scream and an explosion outside of the store. It's quite a, it's not immediately out the door, but it's several blocks away. And the old man looks in terror at you. He's like, what's going on? What do you do, Mavis? The spotlight's on you. You hear screaming, by the way, while this is happening.
We'll go check it out, guys. Right?
Of course. What are you waiting for? And then I rush out.
I will be back, though. I have questions.
Do you have a first aid kit, Mr.
Jean?
He pushes you out the door. You can see a big he pushes you out the door. He looks as you look down the street in horror, as there's this big inferno coming up off of what looks like it could be the center of the street. There was clearly a parade. You could see one of those parade dragons completely engulfed in flames, and there are people running, stampeding away from the center of the Chinatown area, like the center of the neighborhood where obviously this parade was going on. It's still, of course, a few blocks away for you to get there. We'll say that if you rush through there, it's there might be some mechanical issue with that. But what do you do? He locks the door behind you.
There's people inside those dragons.
There is?
You're-
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a dragon theme. People hold up. Why are we standing here? Let's
Wax
go.
man, we need a first aid kit!
Um,
Let's go.
I'm gonna put the spotlight
Call an
on.
ambulance, first and foremost.
I'm gonna put the spotlight on Chuck. You've been awfully quiet over there.
okay. Chuck doesn't really know what he can do right now. He just knows he must get there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to do a change the game here, but I'm burning a card. So I'm burning a power tag
for a hit.
of
Okay.
I have powers now. As in
okay.
grand superpowers. Change the game is the one what I'm going to be burning. But I've got a weakness that I've lost the manual, so I don't know if I can or cannot do this, but I just know that I need to get there now.
Okay.
I don't know
Alright,
how.
You can burn a tag for a hit, but
But that's the one you said I
what
need
exactly
to
are you
change
gonna
the
try to
game
achieve on it? I don't
to
want you.
use.
Okay. To do what?
No, you've told me that this is a tag which I need to change the game to even use because it is
Okay,
so
okay.
broad.
Okay. Yes.
So it's a change in the game is, does this superpower allow me to have fast speed or teleport or whatever? I just know I need to get there now.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So tell us.
But I have no
Tell
manual.
us what you changed the game to. Yep. So
So
I'm not gonna say.
it's a temporary thing of like that I can just be there.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm gonna give you 3 juice, right? So like you like roll change the game as if you had a 7 plus 3 juice if you burn a tag for a hit. And so you're gonna you can do this on your character sheet if you click on the change the game move and you click burn tag for hit, it'll roll it as if you're burning a tag for a hit. It'll give you 3 it'll be there you go, you get a power of 3. So you can spend those 3 juice 1 for 1 to create a story tag, to burn a power tag or story tag, scale up the effect, prolong the effect, hide the effect, or any other improvement you and the MC agree on. I would say at least one of those improvements are you zoom. Okay, well, one, tell us what we see.
Well, you see, Chuck's got just panic in his face. You see his cape just start to flare. He grabs onto everybody. I don't know if I can scale up for everybody. And then, in theory, just turn up.
Yeah, I would say you could scale it up for everybody. We'll say the one improvement you'll be is to secure an advantageous position, which is like, now you're right in the center of the action. You burn through the crowd, and I'm just to have everybody scaled up. That'll cost you maybe 1 juice. I'll just say it only costs 1. I'll be nice because when you get close, you just see like this dragon head engulfed in flames. It's spreading to the stores on the side. And you can see people in there are screaming, ah! The crowd is pushing away. But you've somehow grabbed everybody and got there through. You're all right next to the center of the action. There are floats around you that have stopped people jumping out of the cabs of the floats, that were just sort of driving through. This is a chaotic situation. There's people falling in front of you. What do you do, Chuck? What is your last juice you're going to spend?
Well, I'm not hiding the effect. I can't prolong the effect. I don't think there's anything else I can spend in. There's nothing else I can improve unless it's to.
You could hide the effect so that
hide
people
the
don't
effect?
actually notice that we're actually
Yeah,
teleporting.
I think hide the effect. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so people in their fury, if somebody happened to be following you, they can no longer follow you. You got lost in the crowd. Theoretically, if somebody were following you, now you're on your own. And we're going to move the spotlight now to who wants to go next? Who wants to go next?
Can we have a break?
Oh, yeah. Let's have a
I'm
break.
guessing this is going to be the thing.
What do you mean broken?
I'm guessing this is going to be a thing where like 2 hours.
that'll be a thing.
And yeah, if we don't
Here's
have
the
a break,
thing.
we're probably not going to have a break for a while.
Yeah, true, correct.
I was going to try to use that tonight in case there was danger.
This is fun, isn't it?
Well,
I've
now
been
we're in
too
it.
easy on
We're here already. We'll take a break. We'll be back shortly. Everything's happening apparently, all at
I'm
once.
so glad that you rolled a miss so I could get that in there.
Welcome.
Like,
I'm the best player for it. Just make me roll.
I
I'll always
appreciate
roll
that because I
misses.
didn't know how I was gonna like caught. Like this is something I wanted to get into the story. So
If we're
I
taking too long, you
appreciate
can
that.
use the hard move.
Oh, I know. But instead, I like to like make things more complicated before I just blow something up. So I appreciate that.
So we'll be back shortly. 10 minutes, and we'll explore what's just exploded and what the hell is going on. Let's save some people and be heroes. Maybe. So, see you soon.
Well, hero-ish.
Yeah.
Catch us on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're back. Hello.
Hello, welcome. back.
Aloha.
Just going through some technical issues. Gabriela is either here or not here, but that's had to, dealt with. All good. We're back.
We flash back into the action. There is an explode. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Anything else?
I was just
Syrinscape?
gonna say that, like, and Chuck said, "Oh, thanks, Penny, for getting us here." And
Boom! We flash back to the center of Chinatown where we had a huge explosion of a dragon. Almost as if the dragon is breathing fire, but it's breathing fire from everywhere. People running from the scene, but Chuck has bravely grabbed his fellow detectives and raced magically somehow. No way, not magically. Very fast to the center of the action. What do you do? Who did I say? Penny? Who wants to go? Who has an
I'll
idea?
go.
Who wants the
You
spotlight?
said who wants to go, so I mean I've had the spotlight.
Okay,
a lot,
Mavis, the spotlight's on you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just like immediately react, and I kind of want to bubble the, just like bubble the dragon. Just
The dragon is very large. I caution you.
Okay.
And it's spreading. As a matter of fact, you might. I'm just going to let you know that. Hold on a second. I'm just going to let you know that it is any sort of size-based thing, like a bubble, is going to be one tier lower. It has a custom.
Okay.
Move.
In the
It's monster.
panic.
When
The
a
panic
dragon, the dragon figure takes a status that is countered by its large size, reduce the tier of the status by 1. When the
Okay.
MC makes a hard move with the dragon figure, she can hit 2 targets or hit a single target for 1 + 1 tier. The flames are everywhere.
could in the panic could I say, where is the fire entrance thingy or whatever?
Fire extinguisher?
Yeah,
I think
like
she
the
said
things that
fire engine.
hindrance, like the thing that
Fireman.
fireman plug pins in, then it shoot water.
Hydrant.
Yeah.
Hydrants. Yeah. I want to try to bubble her. I'm gonna try. No, wait, you cautioned me. Maybe I should listen. Hold on. Hold on.
Mm.
I mean, you don't have to bubble
Um,
the entire dragon. If it's spewing fire from one very specific place.
I could try to bubble its head, but it would still count, so I might as well just bubble
Oh.
the whole thing. I kind of, actually, I'm not gonna take a turn. I'm gonna wait because I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be honest.
Delay. All right, Penny. The spotlight shifts over to you.
Well, immediately, my first thought of action is who can I help? Is there anyone in trouble? So, obviously, there's people fleeing the scene. and all
You
sorts of things.
see a guy with a little girl. The flames are approaching this man and this little girl. And the little girl is clutching very hard onto her rattle. It's a little drum, one of those things, drum thing. And they're trying to make their way through the crowd. The flames are surrounding them. Who do you?
I run forward immediately, leaping into action, grabbing them, and going into the picture.
Roll, go toe to toe
Against
against the flaming dragon. We're burning.
I'm coming, little one. I don't think I have
Look,
anything.
Daddy,
relevant.
there's a nice person. There's a nice little lady over there that's gonna save us while we burn to death. I hope we don't die.
Kids.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't have anything relevant to this. It's just a flat roll. I will, however, use a chat die because I do believe that we have one
Aren't you
this session, right?
putting them in the picture?
I'm putting them in the picture, yeah. So picture within a picture is relevant.
Yeah, and you could use if you want, you can use the that portal picture if that somehow applies. If you want to end up in, no, it doesn't. Okay.
Well, picture traverse is one of the power tags, so it's
Okay,
the
all right.
power itself. So yeah, that probably would
use
work.
that one then.
So that would be 2.
Well, the
We're happy
picture
with that.
portal doesn't apply, right? The picture portal tag doesn't
No.
apply. Just the picture tag does. Okay.
Yeah, the picture traversal is entering
Let
the
me ask
picture
you
itself.
this: do you have any weakness tags that you might want to apply?
Honestly, I looked at that and I kind of wanted to, but I don't think there's any that's relevant. Easily agitated around the subject doesn't make sense. Accidental offense doesn't make much sense.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Change. Go to I believe. Right?
Be easily agitated around the subject probably is not going to apply ever. Certainly not later in this.
Well, it's also fully cracked, so I've been waiting for the right moment
okay.
to
Sorry.
replace that with a specific event, but don't worry about it.
Okay. All right.
Go toe to toe with power of 2. Great success.
Oh, you did it. Okay. So what do? You managed to achieve your goal. You pull them from the flames, right? That's the one thing you're going to do. Now, what else do you want to do?
So immediately, she runs forward and she grabs the father, and he's holding the child, so that should be fine. And they will pixelate into the picture, and the picture obviously gets burnt to a crisp. So they can't come back to that picture. That picture is now useless, which does matter for later, but it's fine for now. And then we will come out the other side with the picture that Mavis is currently holding.
Okay,
that's
so
right nearby.
you are spending 2 juice, essentially 1 to achieve your goal and 2 to block, dodge, or counter their best attempts, right? So you are not going to get hit with the flames that are, you saved the father and child from the flames, and you jump into the picture, and that was a successful go toe to toe then. So I will not hit you with any hard moves as a result. We will move but the flames still grow. We will now move over to.
I know what I want to do now. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I contain the flames?
Spotlight is on you.
Can I contain the flames? Can I contain the flames? Sorry. Yeah.
Give it a try. I mean,
Yeah.
not as a goal. You can't contain it as a you managed to achieve your goal type of thing. I'm so sorry.
No. Okay. So Okay. So could I try to? I mean, is there like an environment tag for the flames right now? Or is it just coming from the dragon straight up?
I mean, I have not introduced a story tag. If you feel like you want a flames, a fiery story tag, I can make one. But
no. I'm just saying I should probably. Okay.
A store awning starts on fire.
Oh, fireworks. Oh no, all the fireworks.
Why Why would you say that? She probably was excited about it.
Don't give the MC ideas. She's already
Why
got.
are
She's
you
already
saying
evil
that?
enough.
Shut up, Paul. Shut up. Stop talking.
It's already in there anyway. You know,
I
it's
know,
in
but
the
like,
danger.
I'm sure there's a clock for it.
I guess I'm gonna try to like I'll first of all, Penny, that was hot. Talk about that later. Second,
Thanks.
I mean, environment wise, you know, fire. I'm gonna try to shoot the dragon down. I'm gonna do it. I feel like Maeve is like she's very, you know, I can do that. I can
A
shoot
bunch
a
of
dragon
bottle
out of the
rockets
sky.
fly out.
Okay, maybe I can contain that surge then. You know, yeah, fine. I'll contain the damage then. I won't attack the dragon. I'll contain the damage. I'll try to protect people.
I will let you, if you want to achieve your goal, to stop the store that is a fireworks / bomb maker. I'm just kidding. It's just a store.
I regret nothing.
The bomb,
No.
the meth lab. Oh, sorry.
A bold man
No, it's
walks
just a
out
store.
with a
It's a gas
mustache.
station.
Hello.
You know, the jet fuel
It's
repository.
a gas station / bomb.
It's just TNT storage. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it's just
An
the
old
store.
gas mine.
They're just storing Antho. That's all.
It's an orphanage. Yeah,
It's built on top of an old gas mine.
Yeah,
No, the orphanage
yeah.
built on top of the old gas mine. Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
How can you believe that?
We don't use the gas mine anymore. We use that for storing Antho. It's okay.
I'm gonna protect people. So what I want to do is I want to
Okay.
roll to protect people somehow. So like
Okay.
like kind of what Penny did is like to try.
That'll
to
be
find people.
go toe to toe.
Okay, cool.
The dragon's eyes. Of course, it's just a paper mache dragon, but you think maybe it seems kind of weird that the flames kind of look like eyes for a second, and they turn toward you.
Oh, okay. I hate that. So I'm gonna use bubble wrap and protective bubble wrap to kind of encase whatever fire there is, and like kind of, you know, make sure that the bubble can't pop from the fire.
People are still drumming for some reason too. No, they're not. They're just screaming and running.
really in the rhythm. There's one guy who's just
Yeah.
smashing it.
And
While you're doing this, by the way, you say, there's floats just like you'll float. In this
We all
in the
float
corner of
down
your
here.
eye, you see the clown. Float.
Oh,
can I use my tag for care for others? Because technically I am doing this out of the kindness of my heart, and I'm putting
You
myself in
are.
danger for it.
I'll give you that.
So I will, and then what do I know? Weakness tags. Nope. Cool.
Let me also describe you for while the eyes or the flaming eyes look at you, you sort of start to see you like think for a second, is there two heads or just one head? It goes back to one head. You think for a second there was two heads, but now there's just one head. Was it two heads? No, it's one head. Anyway, make your roll.
That probably means nothing. Yeah, I'll roll to go toe to toe. God damn it.
Mild success. All right, so you have 3
Hey.
juice. You can manage to achieve your goal. You stop the awning from spreading into the orphanage / fireworks factory. That is clear for now, at least. The fire will not spread into the buildings, but well, no, you still have 2 more juice on top of that.
No, it says I choose one. Only one.
Oh, only one?
Yeah,
Oh, thank
because
God.
I only got a mouth sex.
So I actually gave Paul a little bit of a. Oh no, he could choose 2.
No, Paul
Or-
could choose 2. I choose 1. Yeah.
God, you think I would know how to MC this game by now?
Don't worry
Okay,
about it. So-
Christine, the spotlight. Oh wait, sorry.
Oh,
I
no,
didn't
yeah,
mean
so-
to. Yeah, hold on a second. So you, the dragon shoots flames out at you. You, naturally speaking, you take burns too, but
Unless
you
I face
can,
danger?
if you would like, face danger.
I would like to face danger.
Okay, please do.
Let's see. I am going to use the magical dress tag, which is a protective armor dress that I got from my new Bastion theme for the Guise of the Witch.
What?
And I have my Bastion theme, which is I have my. Do you remember we talked about this? I haven't done it yet. This is the first
sounds
time
fine.
I've done it.
Do it.
Okay,
Good.
it's fine. Okay, cool.
Whatever it is you're saying sounds good to me. Sorry, I was reading something.
No, it's fine.
I was trying to figure out how to kill you.
Yeah,
Do you have a transformation sequence?
I do. Hold on. Shush. Be
Oh
quiet.
yeah, okay.
I have a spotlight.
Right.
So,
I'm ready.
and then can I use my the new tag that I just took, the Wicked Witches tag, where I can like maybe I'm firing, because is this magic? Is it kind of magic? It's dragonfire magic.
It's fiery. I mean, it's not okay. So you're gonna have to explain it. This is not obvious magic. It is
So
just
then no,
it's
it's not
something
obvious
burst
magic,
into flame.
No, yeah, no. I'll just use my magical dress, and hope that I don't die. Okay. So yeah, let's roll to.
Is there a transformation sequence?
There is a transformation sequence, but I want to roll first before it happens, so I can describe if I fail.
Okay.
Okay.
If you succeed, I'm not going to say a word. You're just going to say, okay.
Okay. So, yeah, Maeve. I take one tiered less. So what is the
Singed
tier less?
one.
Singed one. Yeah. So yeah, Maeve kind of like, the fire comes at her, and you all see like as she just gets like engulfed by the flames for like a second. And then when the flames like dissipate, you see like her clothes kind of like burned off, and then like she's like she's wearing like a different outfit underneath. There's like this very like I haven't figured out how to describe it, but it is definitely like magical girl-esque outfit. It's very like purpley with like black on it, and it's very very not Maeve. It's very hot, but it's also very not Maeve. Like Maeve definitely doesn't wear that at all, and so she is kind of like in this like kind of edgy magical girl outfit. It's like it's kind of gothic, but like not. It's still very like revealing for her, and like it's got like the sailor bell, and like it's a sailor outfit, scout outfit kind of. So yeah, so she kind of like
nautical theme.
A little bit.
Like Sailor Moon, or
yeah. I would
Does
say,
it
I would
have?
say,
Does it
Sailor
have
Nightmare?
split?
does it
Does
have
it
what?
split?
So it is
Like
something that's
split
themed
in the
with
middle of the skirt?
No. Maybe it. Yeah, maybe it. I feel like the skirt would be a little longer, and it has like a split. Yeah, you're right. It has a split skirt, like a long split skirt. I'll figure out how to describe it later. Basically, I look like a hot, edgy, magical girl. Anyways, back to the
Everybody
story.
stops running and looks, and they burn, but they die happy.
Stop.
New character
she
arc
kinda-
just for Penny.
She kind of like the fire, and then she kind of just like looks down, and she goes like, "What the fuck am I wearing?"
I didn't know you were into that.
I'm not.
Honestly, it's kind of back. That star's kind of back now, so good for you.
Yeah. Anyways, Bubble Witch. That's it. I will take my singe status, and I will move on. So
All right.
Anyone can go after me.
Nice reveal. I like that. So,
In
let's
more
move
than
the
one way.
spotlight. Hey, now the spotlight moves to Christine. What do you do?
So what status does the dragon have right now?
What now?
What
The dragon
status
is large.
is large? Is the status?
No, it doesn't have a status. There's no
a
status that's
custom
going to apply. Yeah.
There's no.
Oh,
status
okay.
on it yet.
Okay, so it doesn't have like a custom move or anything like that. That means
It does have a custom move. It's large, so whatever you do to it, it could have less effect. So like if you tried to, well, tell me what you're gonna do.
So my understanding is we need to start like reduce those, right, in the City of Mist.
Yes.
Yeah. So if its status is large, we need to make it small.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So for those of you new to the system, the way that I decide what happens with these dangers is there are what are called status spectrums, and that might be what you are describing.
Mhm.
There are different ways to defeat dangers. dangers are things that cannot be defeated generally with only one move, and so they track. They have things that you might analogize as HP. Like, for example, if you have a moderately dangerous danger, it might have a status spectrum that maxes out at 3, which means you'd have to give it a relevant status of size 3 to defeat the danger. But I will not tell you what the status spectrums are on this dragon. You must find out yourself.
So since it's large, I'm gonna go, oh, if you're going to play with fire, you're going to burn yourself off small. And I'm going to warp reality, making it very whimsy. And enchant the fire that already exists to start eating into the dragon, so that it would minimize the scale of the dragon.
Okay, so you're trying to shrink it down.
With its own
Alright.
fire.
Roll, go toe to toe. It looks at you and says, "I will not shrink for you."
I am going to use
Pirate
a chat
dragon.
for this. Chat with the power of love and friendship. Specifically, your love from me and your
Love
one-side
and
friendship.
friendship.
Do you have a transformation sequence as well?
No, I don't. Not yet.
Ooh.
All right, there you go. Warp reality with delusions, making things whimsy and weird, and enchantment already exists. You're gonna have to fix that. Okay. Anyway, you have the power of 4. Holy crap!
That's the
what is
GM
this?
going, I don't like that roll.
Yeah, no, what are these tags? Like just win, A, win, E, win. Okay, you have a power of 4. The dragon head shrinks down, but it just collapses in on itself. It turns into ashes and falls to the ground, and all of the flames are immediately extinguished. And the crowd, screaming, stops running and turns around and is like, "Why, you saved us, wow," or whatever. They just see the fire's gone out. You've defeated the dragon with your overpowered roll.
Well, she didn't even get to choose her thing.
It doesn't matter. You want to
Also,
choose something?
She made it
Okay,
small,
sorry, what would you
right?
like to
so isn't it
choose?
like is there a Mushu running around or something? What's going on?
And the
Little fairy
dragon
dragon.
says,
No, no,
cannot
that's
believe
good.
You defeated me.
That's fine. And no, I can go with that. It's fine. That's happened.
I kind of just
The
like
MC
Maeve,
is very disappointed in this turn of events.
Maeve kind of.
Oh, okay. If anyone watching disappointed in these events because it said people turned around, was anyone still just looking? Obviously, because
Listen.
this is set up.
City of Mist is crazy. Sometimes, like one time we were fighting a final boss of the whole campaign in like this little one-shot thing that I did, and it was like super strong. And we did like this guy triggered 4 weaknesses, and then we gave all health points and like all this other stuff, and he still had like a +6 and killed that guy in one shot with 1 bullet. This guy that should have been invulnerable with all the minuses and stuff still killed him. So City of Mist is cool.
Yeah.
You can do stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool when the tags, when you're super creative to get that number. It's less cool when the tags are just so broad that they're, whatever. Anyway,
We maybe have to specify the tag.
I might have to work on it.
Is there anyone hiding in a stealth location from the flames? Considering the flames were covering the entire street, I'm thinking, is there anyone overwatching from a building?
I think you should roll investigate.
I think I should roll an investigate. Okay.
How about I? Well,
There
I haven't
could
acted
be-
yet.
Yeah, please do.
Well, you did. You went first, but go
Oh,
ahead.
but it's still if we're going around the sequence.
All right, you
Please
go.
do.
You go. The dragon's gone. You defeated my dragon. You
She
saved all the
defeated the
other
dragon. I mean, I would like to actually do that, looking around and checking if there's like if there's anyone else, like the initial is anyone in danger, but
It doesn't seem
that
like anyone's
but if
I'll give you
there's
that one.
but that would instantly that would turn to if there's anything that created this, like anything suspicious of what triggered this or what. So I'm using my X-ray vision to look through things if they're trying to hide.
Okay, so like, what triggered this? That's going to be a tough. Okay,
Well, anyone that looks suspicious or like something or that type of thing.
okay, all right.
Actually, I've only got one thing. If someone else wants to do it, I can probably do that.
No, please do. Please.
I
do.
thought- I thought I had
I
more.
like the X-ray vision. That makes
Here's a
sense.
chat
Yeah.
point.
I do. I know I've used mine, but I'm also using a
what-
weakness because I still don't know how I'm doing anything. It's the
Do you
same
want
one.
me
Like
to do
Chuck has shown that he has some great forms of intelligence, so he probably would be able to leap
Yeah.
to the conclusion that someone is in a safe space conducting this atrocity.
I mean, like, please do something because I'm just still processing what just happened.
Yeah, you just killed. the
Well,
dragon,
you
wasn't it?
shrunk a dragon into an atom which someone stepped on when they were running away.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Why was I running again? This thing is kind
So-
of weak.
I'm using my glasses. I've got X-ray vision, but I have no idea how to use it. So I've got a +1 on the searching roll because that's all I've got.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Let's investigate. I'm okay if
Yeah,
it
that's
didn't
okay.
work. Let's redo all those because it didn't seem to work those out. 1, 2.
People
and
are
3.
hitting their rolls generally, even when you don't have it overpowered. Like, people have rarely missed.
There you go.
There you go. See, like, great success. All right, nice. Well, you
It's
can spend
been a
20
good
points on
session
that.
for us.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the only one that rolls negatives. I'm telling you guys, it's always just me.
Yeah, but somebody has to, otherwise, you know, like, come on now.
Well, we've got to
Give-
roll,
give us a
otherwise
bit.
the MC gets bored.
Yeah.
Just scanning around and looking, like, do I find someone that maybe looks suspicious?
Suspicious. Okay, here's what I will say. You don't immediately see anything that might be the cause of the fire, but you do see somebody that I guess a little suspicious. You see somebody was you know, like, you happen to see out of the corner of your eye and you sort of look to see, because this is the one person that didn't seem to be running, but didn't seem to be like helping either. And they were on top of, we'll say, the bookstore that we'll say this person was on top of the
Magnum
bookstore
Opus.
that just came out of. Yeah. The Magnum Opus. And they when they saw you notice them, they ducked down.
Ooh.
But you did see somebody was there. Hold on. I'll give you the description too,
Oh.
if you would like.
How does your X-ray vision work in your mind, Karsh?
Yeah.
Like, is it like a full
Doesn't
body
just-
picture, or is it more like a X-ray?
As in, just like you see through thing like layer, then goes past that layer, then that part of that layer, and just like quite frankly, he doesn't know, and that's
the
why I've got the
person
tag.
saw-
I lost the manual because he never
Like
had
a
the
moving
manual.
What you
lens.
saw was kind of a curvy young woman dressed in a sporty in sporty streetwear with a hoodie over a sports tee, sweatpants. That, you know, you couldn't see it that I gave you enough. Ducks back down.
I passed that on. That's
Probably the orchestrator.
I think that whoever made that is up on the roof where we came from. They're ducking down, trying to hide.
We should grab them.
You have no reason to believe the person who was looking out at the fire was the one who created it.
Well,
I'm just letting you know.
We have no reason, but we
They-
have
they
no
were just
reason not to
suspicious.
believe that either. You know?
Alright,
It's
okay.
also
Fair
like
enough.
the from the description, it's the only real one that we have,
Okay.
other than tending to
Um,
the people that are currently engaged in
kinda-
body recovering.
Okay.
Sorry, go.
What time is it?
it's
It is
lunchtime.
now the afternoon.
Oh, cool. We still have time. Yeah. Like I said,
Yeah.
I need to go do
Yeah.
my homework soon. So
This
You got an alarm.
suspicious person.
I want to try to catch them.
Okay.
If
Now
he,
they
if
are
he,
not very close to you. You have ran through.
I know,
You're in
I
the
know.
center, and they're maybe a little bit away.
I can try.
Okay.
I can.
Tell me how you're
try.
going to do it. Tell me how you're gonna do it.
I am gonna use my bubble magic to make a like like a kind of skateboardy type bubble that I did before when I was fighting Apollo in the bowl, and I'm going to use Bubble Ride to ride the bubble and see if I can get over to there quickly to catch her.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to say that's gonna be, it would be it would be like change the game, I guess, to sort of get closer.
Can I?
Tell me what you
It
think.
would take the risk. I would be taking the risk because I'm
Take the risk?
creating a bubble in front of people and flying in front of people technically.
Okay.
So
And
Can
so
I-
if you achieve it, what are you gonna be like right next to her?
or I could at least get close enough to her.
Okay,
to
we'll say take the
roll
risk
more.
and you'll like, here's what you do, you're making your way, or you're trying to zoom up to the roof area where you
Yeah.
saw, okay. All right.
Can
Take
I
the-
assist by helping throw the bubble?
Throw it.
Well,
Give you a kickstart.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to like kick me like a football? Like you just.
Do you have a help point?
I don't have an help point, but I thought
That
mechanically.
is a figure skateboarding.
You can roll
So-
change the game if you want to.
You can give people a kick. It gives them a boost for like a ramp. It's just figure skateboarding. You can do it.
Throw the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not really the quarterback. That's been established unless the GM stops establishing it
I don't
and
feel like you
changes
can
it again and again and
throw-
again.
You can't throw my bubble. I don't
No.
know if that would work.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, if Mavis says you can't throw it, then that's fine. You can't throw it.
Yeah, I mean, you could throw me, and maybe I could create one underneath me, but I don't know if that would help.
What if you lock your legs in and he just like slides you across the path that you've
It
created?
just throws me like a football.
Yeah.
Like,
And you just bubble off.
no, I'm not doing this. No.
Can you
no,
fly
it's
across
fine.
the air using this by putting the bubbles in the air and skating across them? Because it's bubble ride, right? You're riding on the bubbles, not the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the idea of the bubble skateboard. It was mostly like
Yeah.
because it's like because big. Usually it's one big bubble for the character that Maeve's mythos is based off of. But I was like, it would be cool if she made it her own. So make a skateboard, ride
So,
on it instead of just floating in one big bubble.
If you allow me to do a change the game for an assist, I've got a skating is all about balance. It's her skating, but he understands the skating because he's learned how to skate.
All right. Only
Yeah,
because she said
Goldie.
skating. Otherwise, I'd be like, no shot. But
Yeah, I
okay,
know.
yeah.
And that's
It's
like,
your
oh, wait, I
favorite
got that.
character, though. It's Goldie.
very
She
clever.
gave
He
it
does
to
have
him.
inhuman strength, and he has a good understanding of physics for the trajectory.
Oh my god, I hate
What?
this.
You have physics?
There's-
in
he
your
was
character?
smart in some ways.
All right. Okay.
I know it doesn't sound like Chuck.
No, it
This
does.
is
It
Chuck
does.
2.0.
It sounds fine. Wait.
Minus a few.
Hold on. There's got to be a weak.
Or Hardy gets me into
Did you
trouble.
roll already?
Or that's
Yes.
too complicated. Pick one. I think that's the two really stupid ones which are applicable.
You choose one. You choose one of those, but you have to choose one.
It's too complicated.
It's too complicated. Yeah.
It does
It's
sound
trying.
like that's probably the more apt. It is a
Yeah,
bubble,
you're like-
not
There we
a
go.
football.
Yes.
Sorry.
There it
And that's
is.
because of the
Get
weakness.
wrecked. Okay. All right. Woo. Okay. Chuck. Ooh, what do I do? What do I do?
I think this
It
turns
doesn't
into a
Here's what I
hurt
do.
point, doesn't it?
Does the-
Here's
It
what I
could
do.
be.
So, Chuck like tries to throw, but like it doesn't. He kind of fumbles it, allowing there to be extra. I'm not gonna say that this person gets away, but I will say that she has now put some distance between herself and you, and so I will say that your role for change the game is gonna have to take into account distance 2, or like head start 2. we'll say.
-2. Oh my god.
Sorry.
All right.
I tried.
No, you had to try. You had to try.
Okay.
Never say
Head
so for it.
start 2.
And I don't think we
You
we
don't have
do
to
a lot
burn
of
any
individual
tags or
moves.
anything. Or okay, how about this? I will say, Chuck, you could, in order to avoid the head start 2, you could burn one of your tags. And I'll do a force them to choose if you want to. You can either accept the head start 2 status, or you can burn that like balance tag. Or
I like my balance, but yes, I'll do
I
it.
know I don't want. Yeah. because I want to get even with you for being creative. So you can
So what's
burn that,
happening?
or you can accept Head Start too. You get to choose.
So I just clipped that, but yes, I've burnt the all about balance.
All right, so
Balance
there you
is in the hands.
I've got
go.
multiple
Flung
burnt
the
tags now.
bubble anyway. All right, Mavis, you have no status, no help from Chuck, but no hindrance either. Chuck, check one for the team there. Thank you for missing.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
I mean, I have
does give
an
me
eye for
something to do.
detail. I can keep track of where she's going, or like where I think she would go. Like, oh, there's a fire escape. Like maybe she's going that way. But I don't need to do it. That's fine. It's probably too
No.
much. So
No.
okay, I will roll with a 2, and I will
+2,
take the
okay.
risk
All
because
right.
I don't have anything else. I mean, oh, I'm singed 1. Is that a minus? to it?
Yes.
Cool.
Take one away.
Cool. That's a 1.
It's
All right.
uncomfortable with the
All
bubble because
right.
it's chafes.
The bubble chafes. It's the dress. The dress is chafing with the burns. This awful dress that I'm in right now.
Well,
Okay.
all you're concerned
Rolling-
is the dress is too short.
Rolling gods. Chuck rolled a bad roll. So don't make me do it.
As a Roll20 ambassador, I just want to point out that the system for rolling dice is totally random.
I don't get it. But why does it always target me? That's the question.
Okay,
Why is it
so
always
you took the risk. Now you did succeed. So, however, it was a mild success. So I am obliged to and enjoy to offer you a hard bargain or an ugly choice. So you can be flung right next to this woman who will be surprised to see you drop right there. However, let me see. Let me come up with something good. What tag did you use to create that bubble?
It was bubble ride, so that's the technical.
Okay, you will have to burn that tag in order to get right there next to her, or you can just miss entirely and not burn any tag. You can just fly off, land on the roof, and she'll already be gone.
I don't want to recover tags. I don't want to do it.
You get used to it.
Yeah, I'll burn the tag. I don't use that tag that much. It's fine. I will burn that tag, and hopefully I don't need it with the cultists.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know if this is going to be bad or good.
We don't know if she's bad or good.
Boom, and you
We
surprise.
play to find out.
That's
Yes, we
right.
do.
So you land on the roof, and you can see the woman who's running away stops and turns around. We'll wait right there, though. What do you want to do? Does anybody else want to? We should move on to the next person who might want to do anything. Anybody want to take an action?
Do you want to go, Gab? Muted currently.
I just want to go home.
Well, I would like to see on the check the condition of the child and the dude that I grabbed from the fire, because I think that would be Penny's immediate reaction.
Okay, so they are still there. They remember you for having saved their lives, and so you are able to corral them, and they're very thankful. They seem willing to talk to you, but they're going to talk to you in a second. Instead, Mavis lands. Boom. What do you say? She turns around. She's fun, ready to talk. It seems,
Yeah. In a rush, huh? Where are you rushing off to?
There's a fire. I was I'm trying to get away from the fire's out, huh?
Well, yeah, it seems like you were watching the fire from a distance.
She's taken aback.
Or you're
Who's
not.
asking? What do you? What's it to you? What I'm doing?
Just a concerned onlooker, that's all.
Yeah, well, you can concern yourself someplace else. I gotta go. I'm, you know, I mean, you know,
I
I
want to
don't know
roll
what
an
your deal
investigation.
is. What are you, some kind of vigilante?
I wanna look through the mist and you roll an investigation to figure out what she's doing. So
Okay. All right.
Very
you
quickly, can we just
roll.
emphasize that scene a second? Because there is a magical dress wearing Mavis who flew through the sky riding a bubble surrounded by other bubbles, and then this sport wearing lass
She is
This is
not.
like
is
a-
taken aback as
This
this
is a
as this
Wattpad
magical
fanfiction.
princess arrives with the
Well,
moonlight
yes.
and everything.
I want to roll investigation.
Okay.
I want to roll that I am socially perceptive. You know, I'm very good at like picking up on certain cues in people and their behaviors. And I have an eye for detail, so I'm very good at like if there is something about her like if she does have a mythos, I would be really good at like picking up the small details about it. That
Okay, yeah.
you know, like, and then I'm not killing him with kindness, and I'm not really asking her questions. Oh, am I asking her questions? I'm
Yeah,
questioning
definitely.
her, right?
Yeah. You're not
I
jumping
cannot
right
feel
into
emotions
combat.
while I'm wearing my magical dress, so I am very not convincing. I'm not a nice person right now.
Okay.
So I will invoke that weakness on my nascent theme.
Okay.
So that gives me a 1. I hate this game. All right. Do I have anything else? I'm a good judge of character. I do have that. I can judge.
Oh,
people's
okay,
character
that's a
pretty
good one. Yes.
Can
yeah.
the
Okay,
dramatic entrance help in any way?
well. No,
Because
no,
like
God,
if it's
no,
the
probably
Mid-Autumn
not.
Festival, the moon would still be present even during the day. So
Okay, hold on a second.
Like,
Before you roll, let me just check.
Whoa!
It's like noon-ish. It's like lunchtime.
Oh, I thought we were afternoon, evening time.
No,
so
we're not at
go
that point
ahead.
yet. Yeah. Okay,
oh,
cool.
never mind.
So that's a 2. Investigate. Woo!
Oh, there you go. Okay. Well,
Okay, cool.
I will tell you this. You have you've seen normal people react to like magical stuff. Well, I guess the mist would obscure, you know, anything that might be magical. So you don't really know based on the reaction, like whether she saw exactly where you're coming from or not.
I could infer though, but yeah, I guess. Does she seem? I guess. Yeah, that's a question.
Is this a question?
What's her mythos? If she has, what's her legend? What's her mythos? If
Okay.
she has one?
Well, I'll just tell you right now, she's here because of the moon festival. You know,
Okay.
her mythos is exactly. I'll just tell you what it is. It's Chang'e, Chinese goddess of the moon.
Yeah, that
Chang'e.
tracks.
Chang'e. Oh my gosh.
Chang'e, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Is that what
Chang'e.
it's
Is it Chang'e?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're like, I don't want to come up with the cool stuff. Okay, so cool. Wave infers that it is Chang'e, probably like the
Yeah.
jade rabbit or something. And
I
I'm
don't
like,
even
oh,
know how
okay.
I would describe the goddess of the moon.
The jade rabbit and jumping around on her, I would say, but we retcon. That's what we said.
Okay.
No. Yeah. So. Okay. Cool. Is she the one who? No, she obviously isn't. Does she know who? Nah. If it's Chang'e, she. I'm trying to think of legends and like myths that I know. Okay.
That's cool how you know this stuff, and it has helped. Yeah.
I
I mean, it does immediately tell you whether she was the person who started this fire, probably.
No, it doesn't, but it also kind of does that she's not.
Out of character, yes, but beyond that, well,
Yeah.
doesn't matter, does
Beyond
it?
that,
Because I was gonna say her husband, who
you know,
who
you
ye.
shoot out.
I was
Mm.
thinking
who
who
you
ye.
shoot down fire.
Yeah.
Does
Who turned into the
she-
sun? So
Does she
Yep.
know who? Okay. Well, it just seems like, you know, people like hold on. People like us know what's going on, and I know that you're just like me. Well, not just like me. Obviously, no one's like me. But
Look,
I'm just wondering if you know who caused that dragon to appear out of nowhere. Seems like you might know something, right?
Yeah, she tells you this. If I knew who did it, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you. I would have crushed them beneath my...
Can you get her number?
No, weirdo.
I will
So
tell
you
you this
didn't-
though, since you're spending a clue on me. Well, go ahead and ask a different question if you want. Otherwise, I can give you something related. The source. Well, is there another question you want to ask?
Do you guys have any suggestions?
She doesn't know who, but she would be chasing after somebody who was. So I guess maybe things about like, does she know anyone around here who would do that?
Do you have any idea?
Could we
who-
get her
any-
number?
Just for you or for me?
I like to think there's like two angels and demons on either side right now, and a clown in the background just talking and.
No,
What's the clown
No,
thing?
because no, because she might be helpful.
I
Like,
know,
she
I know,
might-
but what is the clown thing?
Yeah, what does the clown think?
The
What's the
clown
clown's opinion?
says. The clown thinks.
You want your boat? Come under the sewer, and I'll give you. You can have the boat.
So, do you have any idea who caused this incident? Any clues leading
Here's
towards
the only
that?
thing I can tell you. I don't think it's a who. I think it's a what. That
A
the
what?
the power that we're facing doesn't arise. This particular one doesn't seem like a. And she looks at your wand and says, something like that caused this
No.
fire.
This doesn't cause fires. She like just kind of like goes like this, and the bubbles kind of appear. It just makes
Okay.
bubbles.
Well, you know there's mysteries everywhere.
Mine doesn't deal with fire
around-
though. Well,
I
not
think-
directly at least.
I think the source, and I don't know, is some kind of relic. I am in the hunt for relics because, well,
You're looking for the elixir of immortality?
hey, how'd you know?
Just a guess.
No, I mean,
It's just-
Mavis is
I'm not,
learning. She would know.
I mean, look. I've already. That's neither here nor there about my elixir of immortality. Okay.
I just scared Polly there.
What I'm telling you is that there are people out here, and I'm not going to tell you much because you've already used your clues. But there are people out here that are looking for relics and elixirs that are not the elixir of immortality, bitch. That are getting in the way and doing bad things with it, and I am here to stop it. Are we done?
It's just very
You-
fascinating. As a
Your
person.
wand.
Me and my wand.
Yeah.
I guess yeah, I guess we're done here. As long as you didn't cause the fire. I understand that you're trying to prevent it, but me and my team are also preventing stuff. So rest assured, we're not concerned about little old jade rabbits and moon goddesses.
I don't like your tone. You could have read that in a book. Let me ask you this. Why are you here? You don't look like anybody I've seen around this neighborhood.
Is that racially targeted?
No emotion, remember.
I don't think I've ever described Maves race. I don't know if Maeve is white, but whatever.
She would recognize, like you're obviously a rift. She knows the rifts in the area, So
Mhm.
like, it's like I haven't seen anybody like you with your bubble stuff.
Well, no, I'm actually from mostly the downtown area and around the university, that kind of area.
What are you doing
But
here?
no, just investigating.
You don't have to answer because it is not the MC.
I love answering these questions. I have no fear of this woman. I am feeling nothing. So I'm very open. I don't fucking care. Loop slips, sink ships. Just investigating some crazy alchemist.
You get her attention.
I know I did.
Crazy alchemist. Is there any other kind?
Never met more than one. This is the first one I've met.
Oh, well. You're just getting started, aren't you?
Mm.
I too am searching for a crazy alchemist. Interesting that we find each other here. Maybe. I mean, I like your style.
I like your style too.
I assume you don't have a girlfriend.
I do have a girlfriend.
Oh, well, okay, I'm out. I'll see you later. Fucking bitch.
Is she really leaving?
Yeah, she's
She always wants something she can't have.
Yeah. You gotta find your who ye, girl. Did she really leave? She just like up and left?
Yeah, well, she leaves in a stylish way. Like she you can see her like kind of swing around a fire escape onto another one, almost like Batman.
Oh, Penny's so lucky that she said yes because I want to bang that woman. Anyways,
she's a very flexible dancer.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think Maeve kind of just like she kind of she watches her walk. She watches her leave. She loves to watch her leave. And then she kind of will also like go down the fire escape, but in like a less cool fashion, more just like a methodical. Like I'll just walk down the fire escape. And I will meet up with everyone again. I'm still in the dress. I haven't learned how to take it off, so I'm still.
That might be an X card, an LTOS issue.
What?
The dress?
You just totally missed that one. Anyway,
they're taking
the dress off.
Oh, I'm not taking.
Holly would know all about that.
Anyway, either way. So. Who was she? Like, was she the bad guy? Did you you let her go away? What happened?
By the way, my name's Moonwraith.
Moonwraith?
Moonwraith?
She's so sexy and mysterious.
Oh, Moonwraith isn't Wraith isn't undying and immortal. So the whole.
I love that. I tell her that I'm the Bubble Witch. I tell her I'm the Bubble Witch.
So, who is she?
She's no one. We don't have to concern ourselves with her.
No one? Did you see how she did that gymnastic stuff? Oh man.
I did.
No, did you?
Did you get a number?
No. I didn't see any need to have her number at all. But I did learn that she is hunting relics
even not for
such
you.
as us.
She's hunting relics? Does she have a name?
Mm-hmm. Moonwraith.
Oh, that's very fancy.
So
she is the goddess Chang'e, the moon goddess.
Oh, the one on those cakes.
She's certainly a goddess, that's for sure. So if she's hunting relics and we're hunting, she's hunting, alchemy and we're hunting alchemy, superhero team up?
No, seems like she wants to work alone on this issue.
That's what they all say. That's why you need the number.
Yeah, actually, I'm starting to think maybe working alone is a good idea. Kate, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna go.
Oh, yeah, you got your thing, right? Have fun.
Yeah, yes, that. But also, maybe it's best if we don't hang out anymore.
Okay, see you
If you
tomorrow.
think that's best.
Wait, what?
Don't hang out anymore at all.
Oh,
Are you breaking up the team?
No, they're having one of those moments, I think. Don't worry about it.
No, that what you all should be. What just happened is not supposed to happen.
We're
And-
heroes. We saved everybody.
Not heroes.
No. Also, the drag. Something is not right, and I think for your safety, you should maybe not. I don't think for everyone's safety that I should keep doing this. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I have homework
Just
to do.
remember that you saved all those people.
I didn't.
Points to the child.
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything. I'm just some girls.
Say thank you for saving me.
Thank you for saving me, lady.
There you go.
Rattle,
Thank you.
rattle.
I didn't do anything. I hate kids.
Screw you, lady. You're not very nice.
Throw a mooncake.
Well, she. That aside, too much to deal with. That woman did mention that she did pique her interest when I mentioned hunting down an alchemist, a crazy alchemist at that. So I think our paths will cross again in the future. Just not sure quite when we will.
And maybe if we find that crazy alchemist, if we had a number, we could discuss what we found over maybe dinner or movie or something.
Yeah, that would be lovely. We're going to have a meet up, and good
I don't
company
know
is
if she's
good.
into. She did. I think she was flirting with me. Anyways.
Oh,
Wow, in that dress. Wow.
What is that? What are you saying, Chuck?
It's not your normal outfit. And that's not a bad thing.
Sucked into it.
It's kind of comfortable.
it does suit you perfectly. Like it was almost built for you. Like, did you get it measured out?
No, it was built for me.
Oh, was that by Gusto? Is he like a part-time cosplayer or?
No.
Did she have any idea who caused the what caused the dragon to
She
come
said
alive?
It's not a who, it is a what. She thinks it's one of these relics that she's hunting. Maybe
Okay.
Maybe it has something to do with. She said it had something to do with stuff like this. So I'm assuming if we're hunting the same alchemist, maybe he's taking people's power objects and using them to create his whatever. And very weirdly, the book mentions some kind of like immortality, right? Doesn't it? It mentions kind of immortality, right? Ollie?
Something like that.
Yeah. It mentions some kind of immortality, and it mentions Iker, and wouldn't you have it with
Aka.
meet Chunga, who is hunting down the elixir of immortality? Very interesting.
One might call it fate. What a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Did you-
exactly.
How are you, little one? Do you want a cake?
She
I'm sorry,
was
my
happy.
name is Penny. Hello.
Oh, hi. I am. Hold on. Wait for the MC to find out what my name is.
Didn't we walk away from
Oh,
it?
then they're named. We this is lucky.
Yeah. I mean.
Like,
my
out
name
of
is
character, I
Gabriela.
don't even know what this is, but
Her name's Polly.
What's that?
out
Huh?
of character, there's something to do with the Chang'e myth with what she's carrying, but I'm not going to say.
Oh, I know. I just didn't say. I felt like I knew too many things, and Maeve doesn't know that much. But Maeve is
Yeah,
a poet,
Penny
so I
definitely
know a lot
wouldn't know
of
this.
mythology at least.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
But
good.
it's you
I
can
don't know
you can
what you
see
know
the
and what you
influences
don't
in the
know.
writing. Penny wouldn't know this, so that's why I'm
I-
acting it out.
Maeve probably would, but
Okay.
I wouldn't say it. I want everyone to
Okay.
figure it out.
Well, the little girl seems happy. And let me see. Her name is. She says, "My name is Why do I? Okay, keep talking.
Well, hold on. These cakes are delicious. What's in them? They've got like little bunnies on them. This is absolutely beautiful.
Can we move on from this
My
location?
name is Helena, and then
Oh. Hello, Helena.
Helena, and so the dad there says, "Oh, you know, thank you for saving us. My name's Sammy, Sammy Yadao."
Nice to meet you, Sammy. It's a pleasure, and I'm so glad that you're both okay, especially this little one. That must have been very scary. Are you all right?
You recognize the name as the name that was said by this is the person ostensibly that Holiday is supposed to meet later on.
Who's Sammy?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's not a name I've got.
That's the name that
Oh.
you should have.
I-
Sorry, I had to
I've totally
export
miswritten
something.
the name if
So,
I.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
That's okay.
damn.
Can we correct the player and remind him what the relevance is? Because I don't remember it. I'm sorry.
I heard Silvio.
Yeah, I heard Silvio too.
Yep, we did.
Yeah, but his name's Sammy.
Okay,
I used the wrong name.
that's okay. Okay, I can just forget that one too.
So is this the person are we supposed to know who this is from Holidays?
No,
Interact- or
no,
is this
no.
just-
Okay.
No,
That's the part I
I'm
need to
telling you,
get.
you've heard this
Gotcha.
name before.
Okay.
You know, I'm just connecting the dots for you.
Just
Okay,
tell me
oh,
which one
well-
I need to forget. That's all. But either way,
Remember Sammy. His name's Sammy.
okay.
Remember Sammy, okay. Well, Helena, Sammy, do you live nearby? Did you come here for the festival?
Would you like to roll investigate?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then this is the guy that Holiday was talking to Chuck about.
Yes.
The rift that went to him? Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're going to change the game.
No,
You would
investigate.
roll investigate.
Investigate. Thank you. As I'm trying to talk them into it, I feel like the persuasive personality comes into its own here. Talk anyone into anything seems pretty appropriate. I'm trying to get
Okay,
them to
yeah.
tell me why they're here.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Accidental
like it.
offense is a weakness that definitely is relevant.
Okay.
Can we
Feel
push a
free
to
status that we
vote
just
that.
saved their lives?
What?
Can we push a
Arguably,
status on the
yes,
GM
but-
that we're heroes and we just saved them?
Grateful? What? Okay, no.
Grateful? No. Oh,
good play, mate. I was with you there. I think that's the only relevant one
You're
I've got.
alive. You got the bonus for that. They just might not know. You know, like
I guess like
they're there as opposed to being not there.
well, Penny would have no reason to think they're suspicious, so if I think that's the only one that's relevant.
no. We're just
So we
asking a
we
casual
equal out.
question.
Investigate. With a mild success.
Okay, so you have one question you can ask me, but then I can expose you to danger. The clues you get are fuzzy, incomplete, part true, part false, or I can ask you a question. And you can also do
Well,
reverse clues if you want, but that might be hard to do.
Yeah, with the roll, I've got some ideas of what it could be, but the roll I think is a bit too low for some of them. So I feel like I'm just gonna stick with the original question, which is why
Okay.
why are you here? You know, do you live nearby? Why are you here?
Well, I'm here to, I was here to meet this guy later on, but, aside from that, I would say that, let me think of why he would be here. That would be helpful.
He's brought his girl to the festival, so
Yeah. He doesn't. He's not here for any specific reason other than like he kind of lives in the neighborhood, so that's not really going to be a helpful.
that's fine. It was mostly honestly just a question like trying to get the kid to calm down, just like asking why you're here. Did you have fun? Like it was mostly
Oh,
just
I see.
yeah.
here's what I'll say. I'll say, you know, he's not inclined to like describe anything specifically about like what, you know, why he's there other than just to, you know, bring his daughter to a parade. You know, it's not like you know, I'm sort of out of work right now, so we got a lot of time on our hands. I'm trying to like turn over a new leaf. You know, I've just had a kind of a you kind of got him talking. You know, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm gonna try to like break free of this like past I have been in, but God, you know, like there's things that just keep holding me back. There are people that are, you know, still trying to take advantage of what I used to do. I can't tell you much because, you know, we don't really know each other, but like
in for a penny, in for a pound. You
Yeah,
quite
right.
clearly, and honestly, this is hitting a sweet spot with me from what you described. I had the same kind of relationship with my father, and it seems like you're trying to turn over a new leaf, probably for your daughter. Can I help? Miss, we're in the neighborhood as well to enjoy the festival and to meet somebody. We're around. Maybe I could take you
Yeah.
home.
He says, look, he's gonna reveal this to you. He's like, look, I'm one of you two, you know.
No, or at least I know.
There's maybe we should talk. I gotta talk to this guy Holiday a little bit later, but I mean, are
we're
you
here to
looking
meet
for
Holiday as
something?
well. Oh my god, hi.
Yeah.
We're here to meet him as well. He phoned us up earlier, told us to meet him here later on.
Who is this guy Holiday? He's
a
Did you date his girlfriend too?
he's honestly he's a bit of a creep. You know, he attacks pupils in hospitals. Genuinely speaking, I feel like if you want to meet up with him, keep your daughter maybe with us, and then you guys can talk, because
I don't
he's a bit of a
usually,
weirdo.
like, hire a private investigator, but like, you know, he came up to me and somehow like knew I was searching for this thing, you know, and
Oh.
you know, he offered to help. He's you know, but I don't know anything about him.
I will say, as much as that I've had issues with him, he does his job well, I think. Like, he knows stuff really.
Well, he's gonna tell me something important today, he says, but I don't know. I gotta tell you, like, I think, well, I think he's not like this. He's
Sorry?
He's like not like us, you know. He gets, you know, like I showed him some. I get kind of reckless sometimes, but you know, like I showed him like, you know, some stuff that he doesn't usually see, and I freaked him out a little bit.
But he knows something.
He's got this camera, right? I thought he was
Yeah, because he knows stuff.
He's got a camera.
He does have a camera.
He's no, yeah, but it's not. It's a camera.
Did you see the bubbles?
But
Yeah, the bubbles. Of course I saw the bubbles.
are you saying he's got a?
But
He's
this
saying he's got a camera that can see things, but he can't.
Yeah, he can't, but his camera can. What have you heard of that kind of thing? Anyway,
I don't know, but that's very similar to
I thought
mine.
he was like us, right? But he's not. It's just the camera, and so I freaked him out. But like, so now I gotta somehow like, I gotta be cool about it.
Well, could be some kind of looking glass or magic mirror. It doesn't really matter what it is.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. You know,
obviously it's some kind of relic that he has.
Just whatever
what does
you
he
do,
want?
don't date his girlfriend.
Well, did he promise to? Did he ask for payment? What did he want?
He wanted to know what I was looking for.
And that's to do with your past, to do with trying to turn over a new leaf to
Yeah,
help your daughter?
Yeah. Look, I don't know
Okay.
who you are, okay? I don't know if I could say anymore. You might have to roll
No.
something. No?
Like-
Okay, all right then. I'm gonna be
The only reason I'm asking is because honestly, what you said twinged a nerve with me, and I want to help. Hopefully, that was evident by the fact that I threw myself literally in the fire to help. So
Yeah, no, but I
please
don't
know
think
that
you wanna
my
get
feelings are
involved with
genuine.
this. I don't. I wish I hadn't gotten involved with these people.
I'm
I
going to
don't
be
wanna
honest.
be
We
part
probably are already involved. It sounds like we're meeting Holiday for the same reason.
They're threatening my little girl.
They're threatening your little. How dare they?
Yeah. So
How
I can't-
dare
I
they?
can't-
Unacceptable.
I can't. This is like talking to you is like going
Fine.
to the cops, right?
No,
We
we're
never
not
met.
the cops.
Looks around.
Do you want to talk somewhere private? Would that be better when no one can see?
We have a headquarters.
If you roll convince,
We also have a
I
picture.
might be inclined to believe to go along with your agenda.
Okay. I can't use the same tags, can I? I used one before. I'm pretty sure that's the thing.
No. Yeah.
No.
It has to be different. It has to be different.
So my top being eccentric because I'm trying to direct him down a certain path, so that makes sense. I don't think I can offend him with this because I'm trying to be as helpful as possible, so it doesn't really make much sense, but that's the one that would be relevant. So I think it's just
Yeah, I'm not
one
gonna
relevant
force
power
you to
tag.
invoke anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think any of them are really relevant. Rolling convince. Mild success.
Okay. So he's just gonna do what you say. He's gonna be like, okay, all right. Okay, if we can. I mean, I can for a short time, very short time.
Oh yeah, no, really short.
Okay, so what?
I've got a really fun picture that me and you and your daughter can go into, so she's definitely safe. And so my kind of thing is I can go into pictures. You know, that's how we ended up over here. So very briefly, we can talk in there and no one can hear us.
Okay. So who goes into this picture? Everybody goes in, or what? Everybody jumps in the picture.
Oh, I'm
except
definitely
for
taking
who's
Chuck because I
gone?
don't know this. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Chuck, even though this guy's got his dog with him. I don't know if he's on the level, so I feel like muscle.
Okay, so let's hold on right there. What is it? What are you doing, Christine, at this moment?
Oh, I just go home, do homework, and then hang out with Lily.
Okay, is there anything else? I mean, is there anything else that you were doing at all?
No worries about
Okay, all right.
Kristen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so back over here. What about you, Mavis?
No, I don't really see the reason to do it.
You on lookout? Guard duty?
Sure, Chuck.
But if you could protect the picture, that'd be good in case there's more people around, because we have to come out the same place.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll talk later.
All right, so you jump into the picture. He's like, "Oh, that's pretty neat." Huh? Okay.
I
Yeah,
walk
we're
away
at
from where we are. I just want to say, like, Maeve starts walking back towards the car, like she's done with this. Like,
Does she have the picture, or does she leave the
Yep,
picture all around?
she's walking with the picture, but
Okay,
yeah,
just checking.
Chuck said, as Chuck's going in, he just sends a group text. Are you okay? Not to anybody, but it seems to go and be to everybody. I think everybody needs that one. And
Is
that's as he
Alex
goes
okay?
in.
It's like-
Okay.
Yeah, shockingly no
In the
reception in the
picture,
picture, but
wow,
that is a
nice
good
job.
choice.
As he goes
Yeah,
in.
we're
so it
yeah
hits
we're,
everyone.
we're at a fairground. Maybe an old picture of
Oh, God.
the carnival.
PTSD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to bring it back.
Especially with
Got an
Holiday.
old one. Yeah,
And
I know.
Goldie.
Yes.
Bastard.
There's the Ferris wheel over there that we went into, maybe, and then there's the lightning tower over there. It's like a trip down memory lane. Oh, look, the Hall of Mirrors.
Car crash.
So yeah, the main reason I brought him here is because hopefully the kid can also have fun here at the same time, and very
Yeah,
briefly
yeah.
we can talk.
She giggles and like is excited, like shakes the little drum rattle, makes it squeals it with joy. Okay, he is he has a status which is fearing for his daughter 3. In case that becomes relevant, I just want to let you know about that.
Yeah, that's another reason I
Right.
brought her with him, because I just
Yeah.
assumed from what he said that these guys are omnipresent, but this is someplace outside of this dimension, so hopefully
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
okay.
no, he is aware that well, he feels safe.
Hmm.
So look.
Okay, I'll
Look.
reinforce it to him. But don't worry, we are safe here. We're not on the same reality that we were elsewhere. So it's virtually impossible for anyone not currently with us to hear in. So whatever you say, you're safe with us. Have fun on the Ferris wheel. You can touch it and have fun with it. The horsies.
So he just tells you a quick story. He says, look, I have spent my whole career so far a thief. I'm a thief. I steal things, but I don't just steal anything. I steal relics and powerful things, tinctures and whatever my boss may want. I used to work out of this place. It's called Valerian's Oddities and Curiosities. I used to work for the manager there, and I just need to get out. I need to, but I can't because they still have a hold over me. There's an ancient tablet that they want me to get for them, and then if I get it, they say they're gonna let me go. But until then, my daughter is at risk. I can't do anything. I have to do what they want.
Yeah, I completely understand. Your history has no, impact on your daughter's future. You just want to protect her. I respect that, and the fact that you are trying to do something better. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask some questions to know more about your situation in order to help, because I want to help. But I need to know who your boss was. Can you tell me?
You're gonna have to roll something for that. You're gonna have to roll. He is not gonna. He doesn't want to say anymore. I'm gonna apply fearing for his daughter 3. To anything else that you might say. So you're gonna have to risk if you want to get any more answers, you're gonna have to face that fear.
Okay.
And
Well, I definitely want it.
I'm not going to tear his arms off to try to interrogate him. So that's all.
No.
This is all you.
No, that wasn't on the cards of a daughter playing on the Ferris wheel. No, I just want to help as best I can. In order to do that, I need to know what it is and to even see if I can help, because I want to. But in order to do that, I just have to ask. So I guess I have to ask who he was, because you say he's an incredibly powerful man and he's the manager at this place. I'm assuming he's someone like us, with powers like ours.
Yeah, she is. She's got them. But
She is.
I'm not saying anything else. I'm not telling you
Okay.
anything else. I told you enough. You're scared. I want to get. Get me out of this stupid picture.
Happily, you are not held here against anything. I just wanted to try and find out something so I could help.
Well, you're either gonna roll your little dice, or
I'm
I'm
gonna roll my
out of
little
this
dice.
picture.
Well, can I convince you to stay while your last grab some popcorn? Hold on. Is this convince? Change the game? What would this be?
Roll investigate.
Roll investigate. Okay. So I think there are several that are relevant here.
Okay.
And feel free to chime in. I also think there's a weakness tag that's definitely relevant. Investigative reporter, because I'm trying to put together clues from fragmented things like what he said into a more concrete basis of what he's saying.
Okay.
I just use my interpretation, so I can't use that. Talk anyone into anything. Again, I feel like it's pretty apt.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I burn a tag?
You can burn a tag for a hit, but it won't work because you have a -3 status. So it would be a mixed success. So yeah, you could burn a tag for a hit and give yourself a 7. Like a mixed.
It should only give you one question and a mixed success, so it'd be not a great question either.
Yeah, be rough. Okay, we'll go for the roll.
You'd stop holding back. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, I do need to break this mission and use my next power, but that wouldn't quite be relevant. I'm almost there.
You could always
Okay,
do
so
that.
I could always do that. And then the one that I'm going to be getting rid of very soon, aware of every tiny moment, because I'm watching his reaction to the questions I'm asking and using them to formulate what questions to ask.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. Every time.
Weakness tag. The truth doesn't always matter.
Okay. And
If you want to invoke that,
subtract 3. No, I don't need to do that, but you do have to apply the -3 status.
so it's +3, -3, so we're rolling flat.
Rolling flat.
Rolling flat, baby. Let's do it. Boom.
All right, here comes
miss.
your miss. Okay, here, he's like, you're one of them. I don't know who you are. Come on, Helena. So they jump out of the picture. And,
Yeah, it's time to go. You have to hold my hand. If you're okay with doing that last bit, but please, by all means.
Yeah. And so they leave, and why don't you burn the aware of every tiny moment tag? You're flustered.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you. And if Holiday's there, we never met. That way, yeah.
Nice meeting you, Helena. I love the drum. Maybe don't ring it around more dragons, though.
Oh, why would you say that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Maeve already walked back. Like we're like at the car. We've moved very far.
I wanted to
Okay.
grab some snacks before we left. Oh well.
Would now be a good time to geek out during the credits? Is it that time?
It's about that. Unless there's any other scenes.
Well,
Then we
I
have
don't think it's the time.
Gab.
Unless Christine wants to do something.
No.
No, you go just walking off.
Yeah.
Anybody want to
doing
do
your-
anything else before we do the final move of the session, which
You know,
every
actually,
session ends? Oh, go ahead.
sorry,
Yeah,
I could do
let's
something.
hear
I
it.
could do something. Yeah, I want to do it
Yeah.
before next session because I'm gonna forget that I need to be
Okay.
stoic, Maeve. So yeah, I'm gonna say like after maybe we're like driving back and like suddenly the dress just kind of like maybe I feel like less threatened, so the dress just kind of like fades away and you kind of watch as like bubbles form on her body and like the dress just kind of as the bubbles pop, it fades back into like her leather jacket. If nobody noticed that I took it off at all because I am a
Oh,
method.
noticed.
Wow. Anyways, yeah, and she kind of almost like her makeup changes. She looks very like less magical, and like her eyes go back to being like normal because I'm probably going to describe her eyes as like being purple the way that I've described her magic turning them. She kind of like and almost like immediately you see like her face kind of just like flushes with like color as if like she had just been like you didn't notice at first but like she just was drained of color and she goes Penny, if
Huh?
I ever do anything, promise me
What
you'll
happened to
stop
your
me.
dr-
Promise me you'll
What?
promise me if I do anything crazy you will stop me.
I don't know how on earth I would, but I would certainly try my absolute best. How the hell did you change so quickly?
While driving.
I'm not
Well,
driving.
that's
we're in
the-
the driver's car.
Oh, sorry, damn.
Oh, yeah. Wee-wee. It's time for
Did-
the rifle tower.
Did you just have spare clothes in the truck? Where are they?
No, it's part of the legend. Promise
Oh.
me if I ever do anything crazy or off the cuff, or if I try to hurt someone that doesn't deserve it, you will stop me.
I promise you I will stop you. I will try.
Okay,
Quite
and she
frankly,
just, like,
you're a lot stronger than I am.
she just kind of like almost like collapses over and like maybe just leans on Penny
Oh.
for a little bit, just like support. Like yeah, she's tired.
Yeah, absolutely. Should I
that's
put her on my lap, and just stroke her hair a bit, and then we'll end.
Oh, I love that. Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to do.
Chuck's just really uncomfortable in the back seat.
Chuck Chuck, you're the third wheel. I'm sorry that I couldn't get your Moonrace girlfriend, but
Do you want to lie down too, Chuck? I got another leg.
geeking out during the credits.
there's just a pause, like, and yeah, I think that's where, yeah, just confusion.
All right. Well, there we go. Thank you for the session, everybody. We will go. As soon as somebody is able to or has chosen which of their selections they can go first. During the geek out during the credits move is the last move of every session, in which every player will choose one of the following questions to answer. How has the crew grown this session? Or which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? Or which of your themes is under the most strain? If it collapses, what new aspect will show up in its place? The third one has been kind of interesting lately in the sense that people's themes have been falling by the wayside. In fact, we had a crack checked, by Christine this very session. And we saw a change in Mavis as a result of the replacing of themes and the evolution of character. So that is itself one of the more interesting ones. Now, we also, during Geek Out during the credits, tell us who we are and where we can be found. The players, that is. You can always find the characters here. So who would like to go first? If nobody volunteers, I will volunteer you. All right, let us go from, okay, Penny.
Okay, so I feel like what character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? And I feel like it's got to be Chuck, because quite a lot happened with Chuck backing up in lots of different ways and showing a lot of initiative. So I feel like personally for Penny, that's the thing that's the most relevant.
Okay, cool. So you're going to give him a help point, is that it?
Yes.
Okay, and who are you and where can we find you?
My name is Paul. I have the absolute pleasure of playing Penny Roberts today. I like to stream around. I play lots of Dungeons and Dragons and other TTRPGs on various channels on YouTube and Twitch. Those include Gallibond at Twitch TV and on YouTube. The Action Sturge over at Twitch TV. There is a new session on the 28th. There's been a bit of a hiatus because they've had a baby. And then we have Gaijin Games over on Twitch TV / Gaijin Games. We play Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays sometimes, middle of the day, depends what happens. And I'm also a proud member of the Exploding Kittens podcast, which is amazing fun.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. By the way, I am Polly of Polly People, twitch.tv/Polly People. I am a streamer, is what I do from Tuesdays to Saturdays when I'm not doing City of Mist on Sundays. Okay, next up will be, so see, now you don't have to come back to me. Next up will be Christine.
Hi, I'm Gabby, and for Christina team, Chuck has been quite impactful. This sessions with him rushing everyone in so we can help save the people from the dragon.
Okay,
that was a very unspecified superhero-like move. That's very iconic. Maybe wear underwear out of the bodysuit for whatever reason. So yes, and you can find me, Gabby, not Christine, playing this Tuesday. If you're in Eastern time, I don't know. Listen, when you turn your brain off, it's hard to turn it back on. Okay. But yeah, Tuesday.
Time zone's been there. Don't worry about it. Carry on, please.
Playing hero-ish. The show where, we try our best and doesn't get very far or something like that. I don't know.
You also play Magical Girl along with me as well.
Yes, we will play Magical Girl.
We will be playing Magical Girls. Two people. The other two are.
This is a preview. They've given us a preview.
Hi. I'm going to take this is going to be really weird because I don't feel like I got along with anyone this session. And I feel like the crew got together really well. But I feel like Maeve was an outcast from the crew for this whole session, mostly. I did kind of help people, but I feel like I feel like my mythos wants me to take a hurt point on Penny just in case she ever does try to oppose me, because I was actually worried that Paul would take a hurt point on me from that, but I'm glad he didn't. But he probably should at some point. You guys should start taking hurt points on me eventually. But anyways, I'm going to take a hurt point on Penny. I'm going to take a hurt point on Penny because Maeve just went against herself and said to Penny to protect her. And now if Penny's the one person that she trusts to talk her down from that, it makes sense that I would have some power and sway from my mythos to not let her talk me down. So does that make sense? Anyways, I am Oblivivian, Vivian, Viv, V, whatever. No, just call me Viv. I stream around occasionally on my own Twitch, twitch.tv/Oblivivian. I have been streaming VHS a couple times a week, very sporadically. So just follow me and you'll get notifications from that, or join my Discord. I don't know. I don't post on my Discord that much anymore. And I'm also here on Tuesdays playing another magical girl. This one is a lot nicer.
Wow.
But like
that's yet to be seen.
Depressed prodigy kid. Get ready, because that's me. Anyways, yeah, that's it.
And hi, my name is, and you've got everything. Yeah, hi, my name is Chuck the Karsh the Goblin. I was about to say Chuck the Goblin. Yeah, I did say that. I started saying that. I just yes. Hi, I am shocked that people actually give me help points, and when like we spent most of the start of the campaign with just getting hurt points, but I don't mind that. I think it's really cool. I do think that we like a lot. Like my issue with the system is it seems to be I do this instead of I help someone else. So that's one thing I want to try to do now with the character change is trying to do a lot more helping other people do a move. And that's what I started tonight. But I want to give a help point to Oblivivian for Maeve because you had that transformation moment and like a flip of the character. I think that's awesome. And I like the interactions that I've had with Maeve, especially the outing. It could have been Maeve or Penny, but the outing of like, wait, you two are. That was just really hilarious. I think that was really cool.
So awkward.
It was very close. It was also very close to doing the same thing for Gabrielle, for Christine's. Just slip, but walk like of the something about parents. And then, no, let's just redirect the conversation directly, instantly after I've said something about that, and just it could have been either one, but I thought the relationship thing needed to be You can find me here. We have a lot of stuff going on this week. I mean, a heck of a lot of stuff. In theory, I mean, I'm still saying in theory because we've had a lot of games not happening, but we have the alignment or alignment, the correction of the alignment, actually starting tomorrow, which is me doing a not City of Mist, but Monster of the Week. We've been doing a lot of work in the background. We've got a whole rebuild of cast, and we've got some returning cast. We've got some new cast. We have cast leave, as in Polly's left tomorrow's group, just to focus on emceeing here. So we've got that happening, and we've got a lot of stuff happening for that. We also have Hero-ish, which is our new, again, this is going to be a smaller game or temporary game over our Call of Cthulhu game, which is on pause, where we're playing superheroes, which we're not really heroic.
I finally got your superhero game.
I know, we're not really heroic, and our motivations might not be for good. The artwork and everything for that is also incredibly awesome. The intro movie is just an absolute. It's been written beautifully by Phoenix. That's if you can read it, but you'll figure out why. So that's happening as well as Circus is still here. Last week we had 4 crashes in the Circus game. We are going to actually redo the session If not, we'll do where we had, but most likely actually we do the session from scratch because it just threw us off so much and we couldn't get any stability. So that happened last week, but hopefully we'll get it working this week. There's been a lot happening. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Alexander writes. Alexander is from Untold Stories Project. If you don't know, they do a lot of monsters, so a lot of mutants and masterminds. They do a lot of cool content about superheroes. And I mentioned City of Mist to him, and I really want to have a look at that system. It's caught my interest, so he was here today watching. So thank you so much for coming in and donating for the channel with a subscription. So we're going to be rating Indoor Adventures. Need to shut up everything, and we're going to be rating Indoor Adventures. And they are doing a Dungeons and Dragons game, which we don't often do it, but that's what we do. We're rating Indoor Adventures for their game, and I've got to try to find my how to raid things. There we go. I never get this set up properly, and they've changed things. Where have they changed things? Crap. My raid button is not set up. Oh no, there it is. It's been moved. Of course it has been. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, Polly, for being able to see. It's been amazing. And it's been really mean doing how you're doing stuff. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, well, I like how it turned. Yeah, so like you might see that again. I don't know.
Yep. So bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.